to 80% on that monthly electric bill. Level your energy costs and protect yourself from inflation. There, Bruce Jacobs telling you straight and to the point. Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go online to harmonsolar.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
FanDuel Fan Fest is coming to Scottsdale, and you can be there for free. Don't miss your chance to hang out with sports legends and see live performances by Griffin and Nelly. Plus, play games and win prizes. Enjoy delicious food trucks, kick back in the beer garden, and a whole lot more. To get your 2 free tickets, place any bet of $20 or more at FanDuel Sportsbook app. New to FanDuel? Sign up now using promo code FANFEST, and you'll also get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. FanDuel FanFest. It's the hottest party in sports. Presented by Lionsgate American Underdog, and it all goes down Saturday, December 11th at Westworld of Scottsdale. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app or visit FanDuel.com/FanFest to get your 2 free tickets right now. 21 plus and present in Arizona. Opt-in required for existing users. Refund for new users is issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/FanFest. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix, 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Thank God that's over. Holy moly. What a messed up Week 10 in the NFL.
What are you talking about?
Listen, I get it. My team happened to win, but still, it was just a messed up week. Horrible. Down was up was down, and everything was horrible. It was a horrible Week 10. Last night, as expected, the underdog won. And they did make it for at least an interesting first quarter just to see what was going to happen. But once the 49ers went up a couple of touchdowns, you're like, here we go. Here we go. It's happening again. So let me get to the Week 10 awards, just so you see how messed up Week 10 really was. Okay, here's how messed up Week 10 was. Okay, Randy,
what?
I haven't even announced anything yet. You can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait till I announce the names of the winners of the Week 10 awards here on the Daily Blender. All right.
I'll wait till you mention winners. All right.
Thank you. All right. So to show you how messed up of a week it was, let me just tell you on the show how we all performed in our NFL fan pick'em picks.
Do we have to?
I had 5 right. 5 out of 14. This is the worst I've ever done in the history of picking games of my life. Never have I done it this bad. Randy, 5. You did just as good as me. Keon, 5. We all got 5 right.
Yeah, but together we got 15.
I don't think it works that way, but I like your thinking. Ralph got 6. It was a good week for Ralph. He got 6. And
Well,
Boogie,
he had to get better at some point.
Boogie got 6. That's it. Radio Ron, Spooky Ron got 6.
Wow.
This was a messed up week. And you say, well, you knuckleheads over there on the blender, we're not surprised your picks suck. Well, guess what? The winner of the week only got 9 right. Okay,
Wow.
Randy, I haven't announced who he is yet.
You said winner, and I said I
No,
would hit it on winner.
no,
and
when
you
I
said
gave-
winner.
When I
And I
give
hit it.
the winner, when I say the winner's name, Randy,
Okay.
not
all right,
just
winner's
basically the word
All right.
winner shouldn't be
All
the
right.
thing that
Did
makes
you
it
say
happen.
winner?
No,
All
I
right.
okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
The winner is
Rough Rob, 9 out of 14 correct to win this week.
Hey.
So
Congratulations.
congratulations. Yep. Rough
Yeah.
Rob. Wow. 9 out of 14, the best score. I'm stunned how bad this week has gone. But then you look over at the leaderboard. Here are the top 5 listeners. Are you ready?
All right.
Here are
I'm
the
ready.
top 5 listeners.
Top 5 listeners. Go
No.
ahead.
Not even really necessary when I'm just giving you the top 5. It's a standings thing. There's not a.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Randy. Monday QB is his 100 correct is in first place. Mars Bars 805 with 98 is in second. Right after that, Cards Chappie is 98 correct.
How about that?
Cards Chappie. Wait a second.
Cards Chappie. Yeah.
Isn't that your stepson?
Yep.
The one that's not taking you to the Colts and Cardinals game now?
Yep. That's okay. He replaced my ticket with whiskey. So I say I got the better end of the deal.
Okay, as long as you're all right with that. Other than that, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Because he can still watch the game.
going to start
Yeah.
messing with him.
I can watch the game and drink the whiskey that he gave me.
Win-win. Robert from Surprise has 97. Killer Rabbit, Navy Brad, has 97. That's the top 5 in the leaderboard for the Harmon
right.
Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest. To my surprise, I still am in the lead with 105 right. I had 100 last week. I got 105 this week. I should not have the lead after this dismal week.
Well,
but
the thing is, it was bad for everybody.
that's what it worked for me. Everybody did so bad. I'm still in the lead. I
mean,
shouldn't be. I really should not be.
The thing is, if you go and look at some of these games, I'm willing to bet that the 5 to 7 that most of us got right, they're all the same game.
Yeah. That's interesting. I might go back and take a look at that. But you're probably right, Keon. You're probably right. So here's to a better week 11. Hopefully everything will settle down. This is just a bump in the road midway of a first time ever 17 game season. Let's just hope that things settle down. I wonder what this meant for Vegas. Remind me to ask Josh Applebaum from Visa Networks about this on Friday. The question is, this week was just a mess. Did Vegas make more or less money on a crazy week like that? I think they make more, don't they? I don't know. It's worth asking. All right. So now for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League Awards. Here we go. The top point getter of all fantasy football leagues in the Daily Blender flag, Kermit Eats Pork Chops with 192 points. Nobody was even close to that, by the way. 192 in League 4. That was just an amazing score. Bottom of the barrel award goes to Fish Tank with 55.9 points.
Oh, wow. That is a bad week.
Yeah, I went in there, though. I did see that he had a couple players that were out with injury he should have replaced, but he's been in there updating and playing, so it counts as the worst score of the week. No more undefeated teams, by the way. Thundar the San Barbarian finally lost one, but he still holds the highest point total in all of our leagues with 1,563.2. So
Wow.
there you go. That's what is happening in all the leagues and all the picks and all the stuff like that. So I'm glad this week is over. I'm so glad this week is over. I don't know if next week is going to be any better. I don't know if it's going to calm down and become a normal week or not. Last night was any hint Maybe
Probably not. I
Yeah.
mean, the Thursday night football game with the Ravens and the Dolphins, that was sort of the precursor game to this entire weekend. We should have seen it coming.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Good Cat says, Randino Watino. What's happening?
Sup?
Keon and I are good too, but thanks for
here,
asking.
but
Yeah.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. What a nice win for that San Francisco 49ers team against the LA Sleeping Rams. Cardinals are back to being alone in first place. Rams are pretenders. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Go Cardinals.
Well, Big George, let's take it a game at a time, big friend. Let's take it a game at a time.
Fed fan says, well, guys, welcome to my football pick'em nightmare. Everybody had the same nightmare. Fubar 1000 says, hi, Blender. I'm at a loss for words after this screwy week 10, to be honest. And go ASU. Hefty Lefty says, just goes to show you that there isn't that big of a gap between the 32 teams in the NFL. You can't mail it in. Any given Sunday might be cliche, but a lot of times those are based on truth.
All right. All right.
Yeah, but the
thing is, it's a one game sample size, so you want to not overreact, but you go so many games, because I just picked mostly favorites this week. It's a bunch of upsets.
I'm very upset. So, last night, of course, the Cardinals got what they needed, what they wanted, and that was the Rams to lose, because if the Rams had won last night, they probably would have taken over first place, but they did not, and the 49ers got their W, and so now you have to ask the question. You step back and you ask the question, are the Rams falling apart? Is there a problem with the Rams? They've lost. Didn't they lose 2 in a row here? Didn't they just lose 2 in a row?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything right now. The Rams are too good to be falling to pieces. Look, they just brought in OBJ. They tried to put him out there. He and Matt Stafford are not on the same page, clearly. They're going to get this thing figured out. And I have a feeling they're going to be quite dangerous down the stretch here. It's just going to take a little more time. The thing that is, he's been there 2 weeks now, old gone too soon. He hasn't been much of a factor, has he, on that defensive line for the Rams? Yeah. He hasn't been too much of a factor.
Well, I mean, I think he's probably a factor. His existence ends up being a factor, but didn't really
didn't do anything against that run game last night, did it?
Well, neither did any of the other guys that are super high-powered nitro funny defensive guys. So
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I don't know, man. But again, you got what you needed. Of course, OBJ, boy, that first time the boom, first play, first throw, first catch. Oh, you're like, oh wow, this could turn into something. Did you play him in fantasy, by the way?
No.
Thank God for that.
I mean, I played Brandon Ayuk, who didn't do much better, but I'm not playing OBJ until I see a game that's good.
So then there's that throw down the field. I guess he went left when he was supposed to go right, and keep running. And that turned into an easy interception. And then you're like, ooh. And then later on, the best meme I ever saw was later in the game. By the way, he didn't get the ball thrown to him again for quite some time. But there's a meme where he's standing there next to Stafford saying, hey, can I get your Instagram? My dad wants to post something on there. This is my favorite.
Oh boy.
So 31-10. You expect you don't expect an absolute shutdown. The Rams have got weapons. They've got weapons, and they got a good quarterback. And what the hell happened here? Did the 49er defense suddenly get great? I mean, I am just I don't even know what to make of last night, Keon.
I hardly know what to do with it either. The Niners defense has good pieces on it. It's had it for a while. They just hadn't put it together this year. And the way they were playing, there was no reason to believe that they were going to put it together this year. But they did. They put it together last night. And basically that defense pitched a solid game where they held in check one of the better offenses in this league.
When it was 14-7, then I was like, okay, Rams are going to come back, and they'd be like, now what's 24-7? What? It just didn't make any sense. And by the way, last night, tragedy struck. It would have been the best catch ever made in the history of the National Football League. You remember the butt fumble? You remember the butt fumble back in the day?
Of course.
Well, something even more miraculous occurred last night, a butt interception. Okay, so Here's what
punt interception.
Yes. Now,
All right.
Niners defender Kwan Williams broke up a pass to Cooper Kupp, and then as he was falling to the ground, he caught the ball by himself by pinning it to his wide open crotch from behind with one hand, like that. And it was a butterception. And so the problem was Williams got flagged for pass interference, and then that killed off one of the most amazing catches in NFL history. Referee's decision: taint a catch. So there goes the butterception because it got thrown out. But it was my favorite catch of all time for about 3 seconds, and then I just walked away. It was sad.
Should have counted. I know pass interference or what with the mistakes that some of these officials have made. If a catch is that good,
just let it happen.
Let it ride.
Like that big fat bastard that flipped over end to get that touchdown that got pulled away. That lineman the other night.
I wouldn't say he's a big fat. He's a big man. He's one of those wide bodies.
I don't mean that in a bad way. He's a lineman.
He's doing his job, man.
I wish that accounted for him. That would have been nice. And then, of course, last night I caught my wife actually enjoying the Manning cast. I had turned it on, and she sort of just kind of came by, and she was commenting and listening to what they were saying. I think she realized it's not just them yapping; they're breaking down plays, they're doing stuff, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's so true," And because she's a very smart football lady, and she's like, "Why is Draymond Green on there?" I don't know, honey. I don't think anybody who plays football wants to be on anymore because of this curse thing. So I guess we'll have to see what happens with Draymond Green in this upcoming week. But Phil Mickelson was on, and he acknowledged the curse and said, "Well, I don't have a tournament this weekend, or else I wouldn't be on here." But he started asking Peyton Manning about the Omaha thing. He used to do Omaha, he used to do that. And he says, "No, it's just basically me saying, hey, ball's about to get snapped." That was just saying, like, basically a teacher saying, pay attention, Omaha. And then he also told Phil later, he says, he says, before I said Omaha, we actually had used Tiger and Phil. We used your name in our offense. We had a snap count called Tiger. We had a snap count called Phil. And, so that was kind of cool, to be named in a snap count.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Keon! Like that. You'd be like, that's great. Well, that's weird, too.
It's very strange.
It's a little unsettling.
But it's sort of like the college football plays where they've got the cardboard and it's like divided into 4, and there's just a bunch of symbols in each square on the cardboard, and they flash it to the team, and the players know what that means. And it'll just have like a celebrity's face in there. It'll just be like Colts horseshoe, Ryan Reynolds, the Empire State Building, like it just like random things in there. So every now and then a celebrity will be watching and go, "Hey, that's my face in the that they're using." It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess it can be. I mean, as long as it's flattering, If you don't want to be the name of something just embarrassing.
Well, of course. Or if a team that's really bad.
Randy White, bad trick play, and then it's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
It's forever known as the Randy White play.
Yep. Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, maybe the 49ers finally got tired of losing at home. Somebody put a year-long curse on them. That must have ended last night. Good Cat says, talking about an interception by pinning the ball against your own rear end. Cue the moist one comments. I'm sure they're forthcoming. Fish Tank says, yeah, I kind of had a wild Sunday, and I didn't know Hop and Kamara weren't going to play. Giuseppe targeted 8 times, no catches. Tyler Lockett with 4 points. Woof, been a tough run for the year. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. My team did underperform horribly. It's one of those things where you've got good players, and then nothing happens. There's nothing you can do about it. And then it makes you second guess what you're going to do the next week. But so it is in the world of fantasy football, peoples. So last night, all right, the Rams got beat, and you're starting to be like, that looks like that dude's playing like Matt Stafford in Detroit. He knows he's not in Detroit anymore, right? Because it looks like he's playing in Detroit.
Just like maybe woke up on the wrong side of the bed and just had a flashback.
Who do you pin this on? Who do you pin this on, guys? You pin it on on Matthew Stafford having a couple of bad games in a row? You pin this on the wide receivers, wrong place, wrong time. You pin this on this expensive defense. Everybody's talking about, oh, the Rams, they got all these players. Oh, they're the Yankees of the National Football League. Hell's going on with these Rams, man?
Boy, I don't know other than they've lost some key players, and Matthew Stafford has been beat up quite a bit. And I found it interesting that the San Francisco played a very physical game, and we know they can be physical, especially up front. Their defensive line can be very physical, and it seems like the Rams, they don't like that too much. When you start pushing Matthew Stafford, maybe he's got the PTSD, and he throws back to the days of Detroit when the defense was coming through his porous offensive line. And he's like, dear God, I've got to get rid of the football. And he's not as accurate as he used to be. So I pin it on that. I say it's because San Francisco was very physical last night, and they manhandled that offensive line of the Los Angeles Rams. What say you, Keon?
I say that there's certainly something to that. And I also think, for all the offensive genius that we shower Sean McVay with, it's not that creative. Yesterday, it just seemed like it was a little predictable. Maybe they just thought this is the Niners and we can kind of walk through this. They've been terrible. I don't know what it is, but there have been points this season where you look at this offense and you expect, given the players on the field and what the accolades that the coach has, that it should be more explosive. And it's just not quite explosive enough.
Wow, it sounded like you were describing Air Raid coach Cliff Kingsbury there for a second. I didn't know if I listened. Hello,
Well,
is this thing working?
there is a connection there.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. So week 10 is over. It is what it is. It was what it was. It will be what it shall be. We got other fish to fry. We got all kinds of stuff that happened last night, not about the NFL. We have this next week to look forward to, and a bunch of other stuff to talk about. So come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. SimpleGreen.com.
Arizona Coyotes hockey, they are in action tonight as they match up against the St. Louis Blues. Blues are favored by 1.5 goals. Blues paying out at minus 385 on the money line. So they are heavy favorites for the Coyotes. If they come up with the win tonight, they would pay out at plus 290. The over-under is sitting at 5.5 goals. Have some college football tonight. Toledo, a 7-point favorite at Ohio. Western Michigan, a 6.5-point favorite at Eastern Michigan. And Miami of Ohio favored by 17 at home against Bowling Green. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, Randy here from the Race Setup. Ever hear of Built Bar? It's the protein bar that tastes like a candy bar. Built is also the official partner of NASCAR, so you know it's the real deal. It's low in calories, low in sugar, high in protein. But you won't believe how good it tastes. They have all sorts of flavors like coconut almond, mint brownie, raspberry, cookies and cream, and double chocolate. My favorite. Where do you get them? At Built.com. Use code Randy10 and get 10% off your order. Randy10 for 10% off at Built.com.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona.
Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia
Keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene.
You need to tune in
To AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
That's a no-whip, high-foam, 170-degree, sugar-free gingerbread latte.
Ah, yes, it's gingerbread latte season at Duchesne's Coffee Shop.
Gingerbread on the side.
You'll need a seasonal barista before his cookie starts to crumble.
Anything else? Oh, there's a list.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How'd you like to work here?
At the Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You'd better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Get it now.
It's on the internet.
1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona sports betting station. Coming up on Friday, it's that time of year already. It's the 6A first round playoffs for your high school football Pinnacle taking on Sandra Day O'Connor. That all starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Then, of course, we go up to the collegiate level on Saturday. Notre Dame is hosting Georgia Tech at noon. Then, of course, on Sunday, we go up to the NFL level. That's right. Ravens and Bears in the morning, Steelers and Chargers in the evening. And then on Monday, we got college basketball. GCU is at Wyoming. So Monday Night Football is going to move over to our sister station, Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. And it'll be Giants at Buccaneers at 5:30. So there you go. That is what's going on around here. It's the Daily Blender. Okay, so I don't know where this is coming from, but Good Cat thinks it's important that we know that speed kills, and by that logic, if you own a Ford, you will live forever. You're correct. I just don't know where that's coming from, but all right, whatever makes you happy, man. 888-368-1580. It is National Fast Food Day, Randy. We should have gone out to some fast food.
Oh, man.
You really missed our chance because rats. It's not like we don't have the opportunity to do that every single day of the year, just to go out to fast food whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, I can't believe there's actually a day marking, paying homage to fast food.
It's I did find some stuff out about Fast Food Day that I thought was interesting.
Okay.
Fast food goes all the way back to 3200 BC. Yeah.
Wow. No kidding.
Some Mesopotamian ruins, I guess, had some windows, a fireplace, leftover food, and a ton of bowls and stuff. And archaeologists were like, this is a takeout restaurant.
Is this a drive-through?
Yeah, it was it was a walkthrough, Sandals. But and then in the 1500s, missionary priest Father Bernardino de Sagun, he described Aztec street markets where they sold tamales and stuff with hot sauce. So they were doing that before we were. Of course, now here in America, 1921, that's when fast food was born here. And you know who the first one was? The first modern fast food restaurant in the world? Take a guess.
Wasn't McDonald's?
No, that came in the 50s.
1920 something, huh?
Yeah, 1921.
I couldn't tell you. Go ahead. I give up.
Yeah, well, you're so will your bowels. White Castle.
Really?
Yep. White Castle.
Really?
It opened their doors in 1921. And yeah, no, right. I know a lot of there's people who love the White Castle, people hate. There's no in between on White Castle. I'm in the not so much because first off, why is there a hole in my patty? Second off, it tastes horrible. I've had them fresh. People like I've had. You just haven't had it fresh. Had it fresh. It was horrible. It's garbage. Well, I don't know how anybody can eat White Castle. Nasty. But if you like it, that's your mouth. I don't care what you do with it. And then, of course, McDonald's comes along later, and the rest is all history. But I was thinking we should have gone to Taco Bell today.
That would work because it's a Tuesday.
Well, no, I just need my bowels cleared. Just a little bit slow and go, if you know what I mean. So last night, Phoenix Suns got their ninth win in a row. So, all right, again, I want to temper my expectations, Keon. I want to be realistic about things. We are in a great place right now as a team, 10-3. The season just started. There's a whole lot of games still left to be played, but they struggled a little bit early on. So now seeing them 9 in a row, are you going to tell me it's been a week 9 in a row? Or are you going to tell me, okay, you can feel better. The Suns have gotten their mojo back and they're back on track?
I mean, they've beaten up some bad teams in this run for sure, but they've also beaten up some solid teams. Yeah, I mean, handle your business. If a weak team is in front of you, squash them. That's really a championship mentality. Don't take any nights off, and they haven't been doing that, and they've been getting a lot better play out of Devin Booker. He started off the season not shooting the ball very great, at least not up to his usual standard, and he's been shooting the ball a whole lot better since then, and he's been a whole lot more aggressive, and it looks like DeAndre Ayton popped right back in the rotation, made a difference immediately, and when he's playing well and Booker's playing well, it's good news for the Suns, especially this Timberwolves team that is a developing team with some good pieces on it.
Yeah, I felt like this was a good challenge, and they rose to that challenge. And, 99-96, not a blowout by any means, but like you said, they took care of their business. Ugly game. And even Booker says, hey, it's an ugly game, but not as ugly if you win. And so there you go. It was a hard fought, scrappy game, and Suns came out on top. So you got to be happy about that. Now, here's a cool thing. Now they're going to come home for a 3-game stand on Wednesday, and they're going to play 2 with the Dallas Mavericks. So I don't know, is that a stat patter, or is that another good challenge?
That's a good challenge. The Mavs have looked pretty good so far this season, especially Luka Doncic, their young superstar in the making. I mean, that guy can score the basketball. I do think that's a really good test for the Suns of when you play against these guys that can seemingly score at will. Can you reduce their numbers? Can you make life difficult for a guy that, like Luka, it's just so easy for him to score?
Yeah, but Luka's he injured his ankle last night, I believe.
Oh, did he?
So I don't know if he's a game time decision, or I don't know if he's out this next game against the Suns, but we'll find out.
Well, if he can't play, squash him. That's
smash him like a bug.
That's not your problem.
The way things, at least if this were the NFL, Luka would be out and you get your ass kicked by a bunch of nobodies. That's just the way things have been. But hopefully NBA will be somewhat normal this year. Thank God I don't play fantasy basketball. I've done that. I've won a championship a long ass time ago, and then I stopped because it's time intensive. You got to be constantly all over each player, each team, see how they're doing. How are they playing? How's the injuries? What's this? What's that? Fantasy basketball is a lot of work.
Yeah. I haven't done that. I've done fantasy baseball, but it's a similar, you just always have to be tinkering constantly. And it's more stressful than fantasy football, which I prefer.
Let's see. Arizona State University won last night. So now they are 2-1. And of course, yes, they did beat a team that is completely 0 everything. And they're named the Ospreys. So I don't know if you make of this, but whatever.
Well, it's funny because I got a chance to hear at least a little bit of the Ospreys because they played GCU first. That was last Friday's game. So they just stayed in town, play the other Arizona college, or the other Phoenix college.
Who won that?
GCU won.
Of course. How many points?
I believe they won by double digits. I don't remember.
1,000.
Because ASU beat them by 11. So I just was wondering who beat the Ospreys by more points.
I think it was GCU.
See, now there's trouble. Now there's trouble for these Arizona State University Sun Devils when the mighty havoc of Grand Canyon come across town and play the Sun Devils at home. That'll be interesting. I don't know. I'm just making hay out of it. Doesn't matter. 888-368-1580. Let's see. On the text line, 602 Pat Stan says, anyone see OBJ on the field asking for a friend? Listen, you should not have tried to go cute like that in a divisional game with a guy who just walked into your building. They should have never run that play to begin with. Now you want to blame somebody. Again, here we are back with the Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins. Which one of these guys are you blaming? Well, I blame Mr. Ryan Seacrest. What is his name? McVay.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah. Well, no, McVay was there first.
Oh,
Kingsbury.
Sean McVay.
Kingsbury was the McVay clone.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Sean McVay.
I blame
yes.
the coach for even pulling that. Of course, had it worked, everybody would be like, "Oh, he's back!" The whole stupid Cam Newton crap all over again. But I blame the coach for that. And then that just sort of set the snowball of failure down the mountain at all the unsuspecting skiers. So yeah, poor OBJ. He's a douche. Thunder Snow says, "Hey Randy, I missed the first 25 minutes of the show. Can you rewind that?"
Oh, sure. Yeah.
No. Randy, hold on. It wasn't that
no?
good. You didn't miss that much Thunder Snow. It wasn't that good. I wouldn't.
Sorry.
I wouldn't even bother with it.
Yeah. First hour podcast will be up in a little bit. Go back and find it if you really want it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was something really good, we'd rewind it for you. Just a Tip says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. The Rams are a good team, but they're more susceptible to one injury knocking them silly than the Cardinals." I disagree. Rams are top heavy in their starting 22, high quality players, but their bench is thin. Randy, how about a puppers for everyone on earth who's celebrating National Fast Food Day, please and thank you.
Everyone on earth?
On request, Randy. We're not going to do this 7.5 billion times.
Please.
Big Stanky says, "I miss Zaxby's." Fubar 1000 says, "Well, you know why they call them sliders? Because they slide right out. Kind of like if my fantasy football team sliding right out of the playoffs. Oh, if I don't start winning soon, I'll tell you what, go ASU."
Is that what's at White Castle? I've never been to a White Castle.
Oh, you've never had White Castle?
But they do have in the Southeast the Crystal Burger, which those are the sliders. I've never been a big fan.
Isn't that the same people? Isn't it the same people?
I don't know if it's the same people, but if these
are they horrible?
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
the same people.
If you don't like sliders, then yeah, they're horrible. And I don't
no.
like.
I don't mind sliders at a good restaurant.
Yeah,
like ooh, the little mini burgers. I feel like a giant.
But it's very steamed and kind of squishy.
No. Sliders in a good restaurant are just like regular burgers, but the White Castle, steamed.
Yes. Yeah, those same as Crystal. Yep.
Yeah. Just say no. Of course, there's a lot of people who love the hell out of it. A lot of people love the hell out of them.
Not my deal. Really.
I have no idea why. Let's see. Big George says ASU is about to get their butts kicked on Thursday against San Diego State University at in San Diego. There, fire Bobby Hurley. ASU stinks. Well, come on, Big George. I get you want to fire the coach. You don't got to say ASU stinks. That's
because we don't know that. For one, the season's very short so far. Let's see. Let's see what's going on.
Joe P says, "I'm probably late to the party, but what do you guys think of Teddy's tackle on Sunday? Oh, that non-existent sort of lean in. It was less aggressive than Tony Correa's hip check on Marsh the other day. Okay, he just is kind of like, I've seen punters do better than that. And I get it. Bridgewater is, fights injury, and you don't want your quarterback going out and doing a stupid thing. But don't even go near it. If you're going to do that, just step away from the play.
I think it's just a subconscious conflict. You're a quarterback. You see the ball coming. You want to do something, but you also know you're supposed to protect yourself. And so you just kind of halfway do both instead of, pick one.
It was that was embarrassing for all Denver Bronco fans, I think. Blissful Hayes says Devin Booker is a better all-around player this year so far. He's limited his turnovers, playing better defense, 2 areas of the game that wasn't good in previous years. With time, everybody does get better. And, with time and tutelage, those things, of course, are going to improve. I did not see the game. Does anybody have a review on DeAndre Ayton and his aggressiveness? Is he just playing like same old DeAndre Ayton, or are you seeing a better spark out of him? Are we seeing more gusto from DeAndre? I want a max contract Ayton.
I am. Yeah, I caught a little bit of the game. He looks like a guy that wants to be more assertive on the offensive end, which I like because, last year there was a lot of I'm going to wait for Chris Paul to set me up with something, and then he'll throw me a lob or he'll get me a wide open dunk. He'll do that for me. And there's a lot of Ayton gets on the block and he puts his hand up. He calls for it. And last night against Karl Anthony Towns, one of those premier centers in the NBA, That's a chance to show what you can do. I thought he played really well. I think Karl Anthony Towns got the better of him offensively because he can shoot from three. He's got a longer range and all that stuff. But just in terms of his effort, I thought Ayton played really well.
It's all I want to hear. It's all I want to hear. It's all I need to know. And hopefully everybody can stay largely uninjured and start to make a push and have another great postseason. Hey, Randy, let me ask you something real fast. We're going to go to break here in a minute. Have you been working on getting some of that cool rock alternative Christmas music ready for the show?
I'm researching some stuff for the show, but
I can help.
What's going on. Yeah, oh, okay.
I got some favorites. I'll send you a list or something. But
all right,
I was stunned and saddened to hear that KEZ had already cranked up their Christmas music. Now, Keon, you're not from these parts. Basically, KEZ is this station that's owned by this very drunk woman who works in the morning, and she gets really liquored up and likes to play Christmas music starting, say, August. So
wow.
Well, it's actually the day after Halloween.
Yeah, okay. Tomato. So they're already on that, and I think it's too early. I think it's too soon. So the rule here on the Daily Blender is no Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. I feel like that's fair, and I grumble and grouch anytime I see a Christmas commercial too early, and there's a couple out there already too damn early. And so I don't want to hear any Christmas anything until after Thanksgiving.
I used to work in retail, so when I tell you
that
I don't want to hear Christmas music until after Thanksgiving, I don't want to hear it until after Thanksgiving.
You don't even want to hear it then. So that's the thing. I don't know who has it worse. Randy and I used to do music radio.
Yeah.
And we both have had many years of Christmas time playing the same songs over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in retail, no wonder the retail workers are grumpy. Dun, 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 dun. And, they're losing their minds because they have to hear that music over and over again.
And there are certain Christmas songs that are banned. I don't want to hear them. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. If I never hear that song again, it will be too soon.
There's a bar in Dallas, and they actually have rules for that. There's a sign on the jukebox that says the song will be skipped if played before December 1st. So you put your quarter in, you hit that button, it's like, no. And he says, even after December 1st at this bar, it says songs only allowed one time a night. That's it. I love this. Of course, now Mariah Carey found out about it. Now she's going after them. She says, is this the war on Christmas I've heard about? No, this is just finally a Texas rule limiting what a woman can do that we can all actually agree on. That's what this is. Just saying. So I'm on team whatever this bar says in Texas, and that doesn't happen very often for me. I'll be honest on that. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we got your text here on the text line, and of course, we're going to talk some NFL stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends who've used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, it helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down, forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
This is Dale Hellestrade from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
The games, the players, the coaches.
We know what you want.
That's why we serve them up. Your exclusive home for NFL football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona sports betting station. All right. I don't mean to be grumpy about Christmas or nothing. I like Christmas. I don't want you guys to get me wrong. I do like Christmas. I like it where it belongs, right after Thanksgiving and, all the way up to, New Year's Eve. That's it. That's all you need. I mean, isn't that enough to have 37 days of Christmas? I mean, it's not even 12 days of Christmas.
I think Christmas music should stop the day after Christmas. It doesn't go all the way to New Year's Eve.
I agree with you 100%, but I will allow it to go to New Year's because a lot of people still dig it, I guess. I don't, but other people do. I get more grumpy about it too early than I do lingering after Christmas. I actually have a friend who's a lawyer, and he asked me to read a special commercial for him for his law firm real fast. It has to do with what we're talking about. Has the holiday spirit touched you without your permission? You may be entitled to monetary compensation. You shouldn't have to feel the holiday spirit till you're ready to, or even at all. He's Stan Scrooge, and he'll stand up the big holidays and fight for you. Stan Scrooge. Let him know if Jack Frost is nipping at your nose or anything else on your body.
What?
That's assault, and it won't be tolerated. Call today for a free consultation. 1-800-SUE-SANTA. That's 1-800-SUE-SANTA. Because no means no, Father Christmas.
Wait, what? Sue Santa?
That's right.
Isn't this going a bit too far?
We're going to do what we have to do, Randy, because I'm not the only person who feels this way.
What does Santa Claus have to do? It's not his fault.
Listen,
it's the retailers.
You know
I
what?
counted on TV just the other day 9 separate Black Fridays.
It's
not even Black Friday yet, and you're suing Santa Claus?
Yes.
I say sue the retailers
Nope.
of this nation.
No, you go to the top, Randy. You go to the top.
Wow.
You go to the top. And if you make a difference there, it makes a difference everywhere. And then we don't have to tolerate super too early Christmas stuff.
I don't think it's a good idea to sue Santa Claus.
Well,
that's going to get you and the Scrooge guy on the naughty list.
Randy, we're just going to settle. I'm not going to actually take this to trial.
I don't think you guys should do that.
I think he's hoping that the legal fees will keep Santa at bay. That's really.
I really believe that you shouldn't do this.
Well, I just whatever I need to do, whatever I need.
Look, pal. Hey, listen. I'm your buddy, and I've always got your six. But if you start messing around with Santa Claus, what next? Mother Nature.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Mother Mary needs to go on mooring. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
The Easter Rabbit. The Easter Rabbit. What about the Tooth Fairy?
Oh my gosh. You know what? These days you say anything about the Tooth Fairy, hate crime. So I can't go there. I can't go there. Just leave it. I'm just talking about Christmas right now. Okay.
If you're going to get on the naughty list, I'm warning you right now. You and this Scrooge guy, on the naughty list.
Well-
And don't blame me on Christmas morning when you get nothing but rocks of coal, and that's all. You get nothing.
Randy, I'm a dad. I haven't got anything good for Christmas in like 18 years. So you can't scare me with that. Anyway, Boomer Sooner says, over the weekend, talking with some ASU alum, not very happy with the hold home dog over there at ASU. They think you should be fired because, wait, us? Wait, what? You should be fired. They could clean house and the quarterback sucks. They should never have recruited the kid, according to alumni. I think he meant Herm, not us.
I think he meant Herm.
He might mean us. I don't know. He says Herm is probably going to be out at the end of the year. ASU comes out and does it look disciplined? Does it look like they know what they're doing? Sometimes, other times, it looks like a top-notch team. So go figure.
Yeah, but they've got all those different uniform combinations, so they look really snappy while they get their asses beat.
Well, that's what's important. That's what's important.
I don't know why we're blaming Jaden Daniels.
I don't know why we're going to get fired over this, Randy, and I had nothing to do with it.
Jaden Daniels should never have been recruited at all. He's been underdeveloped. He clearly has talent. I don't know how you can watch him play. The way he throws the ball, the accuracy and touch that he can deliver passes with, and the mobility, and think to yourself, we should never have recruited this kid and not think we didn't develop him to be more than what he is right now.
Boomer Sooner has clarified he wants Herm fired, not me.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I mean, there's a lot of people who want me fired, Boomer Sooner, but I never thought you would be one of them.
Yeah.
Big Stanky 87 says, good old Beth McDonald. Mile High Guy says, Teddy Bongwater's tackle was a perfect example of the state of the Broncos right now. It is time to clean house. Your mom says, Beth versus Jeffrey in a drunken fist fight. I'll take Beth. Well, she is so Gen soaked, she wouldn't feel a punch. And I can't hit a lady, so of course she'd win. Fed Fan says, I'm retired UPS driver. You guys don't even come close to me with Christmas. How do you figure? Okay, I got to take you to task on that one, Fed Fan. You're in a UPS truck. Does UPS take over the radio and pipe in constant Christmas music? Or are you just walking in and out of places playing music? No. People who work in retail, people who are on radio, are more deluged by Christmas music than you in your UPS truck. You at least got a break from it.
Oh, boy.
What?
This is not going to go well.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you talk about the people that work in this country in the shipping and receiving companies, the UPSs and the FedExes and all those. You know how many hours these guys put in delivering these packages, these last minutes, and these terrible customers that come in last minute because they don't get their stuff together, and they send packages.
It has nothing to do with listening to the music.
Get all nasty with you because you can't get it there by Christmas Day when it's Christmas Eve, and they want it, in New York City by Christmas Day. Are you kidding me?
It has nothing to do with music.
Shipping and receiving companies of this great land, of this great country, work every bit as hard.
What are you running
as the
for office?
retail people. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? FedFan is going to absolutely torch you.
No, she's
when
not.
she gets you. She's going to torch you.
This
is about the music.
It's not about who works harder. It's about the music. Retail people suffer more Christmas music before Christmas. Before Thanksgiving.
FedFan doesn't have a thing.
It's
should have never leg to stand.
It's equal between retail workers and radio people. I'd give you equal, but FedFan, when you got in your big old truck, you could turn it off. She says, "Thanks, Randy," and screw you, Jeffrey. See, Randy, you just made this an unfair fight. Now
boy.
She's not being reasonable. Wow, man, how many times has that sentence ever been said? She's just not being reasonable.
Now she's gonna get you.
Now here it comes.
Now you've given her a leg to stand on. There it is.
Papa Mike says, too many damn rules in the blender. Come on, I thought this show is different. Well, it is different. What are you talking about? Our rules aren't like their rules. Our rules are just no damn Christmas music till after Thanksgiving. What other rules do we have? What other rules do we have? We got no other rules. He says, I thought this show is different than all the other lame shows out there. Open up, drop the rules, let the listeners take the show to infinity and beyond.
I mean, apparently there's no drinking in the control room.
No, well, that's FCC. That's not us.
There's a lot of rules. Apparently I have to wear pants around the station.
Well, that's probably something everybody can agree on. So you really
Too many rules.
Yeah.
Too many rules.
Blissful Hayes wants a weather report, Randy. Can you help him out? He says, I'm experiencing inclement weather conditions in Scottsdale. In other words, there's a couple of clouds.
Yeah, there is going to be a few clouds, but not very much. Temperatures getting up into the 80-degree range here as we approach Thanksgiving. Currently in Phoenix, 80 degrees under partly cloudy conditions. We're going for a low tonight of 52. Sunset in about 15 minutes because, we've gone right from summertime where we had the long days, and we're now going to wintertime where we have the short days. So at about 4 o'clock, the sun will set somewhere around the valley. Again, about 80 degrees in downtown Phoenix from the 1580 The Fanatic at Harmon Solar Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff. Go.
Thank you, Randy. Big George says, I agree with FedFan. I don't understand Jeffrey's hate for Christmas music. Whoa. Time out. I don't hate it. I actually quite enjoy it. I like it, just not till after Thanksgiving. That's it. I'm not like complete Scrooged out. I'm just saying time and a place, man. Time and a place.
And this isn't even about attacking Christmas, which if you see it that way, I don't know how to help you. This is about preserving Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has its own time and window. And if you just cover it up in Christmas music, you ruin that festival.
You know what it is? Thanksgiving doesn't have a mascot. Christmas has Santa. Easter has the bunny. And, the Cupid has got the Valentine's Day.
Wait a minute.
Flag Day has a flag. I mean, all these other holidays have mascots.
Tom Turkey.
Oh, yeah, sure. A stupid turkey I can draw just by putting my hand on a piece of paper, and that's it. That's not really much of a mascot.
And you know what the turkey?
You might think that's,
you know what separates the turkey from all the other
the
holiday
fact
mascots?
that Randy and his friend Dr. Mac go out and try to blow the damn thing away.
Exactly.
They don't go on hunting trips to blow away Santa.
What are you
no one's trying to eat Cupid. The turkey is eaten. Like that's the thing that we know Thanksgiving for.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's a God put turkeys on the earth for one reason, and that's for me to shoot them and then clean them and eat them.
How about we just say shoot at? Because I don't think you've bagged one yet. I think God has put turkeys on this earth for you and Dr. Mac to terrorize.
Well, maybe that's true.
And to have laugh at you. They're not gobbling. They're laughing.
Laugh at me.
That's them just finding you hilarious.
They don't laugh at me. They know. They know.
They know you don't have good eyesight, so they're safe.
Oh, uh-huh.
Well, what are you talking about? You're going to countersue. He says, I'm going to countersue that attorney of yours for filing frivolous lawsuits and say Jeffrey should pay all the attorney fees.
Uh-oh.
You are my lawyer, Big George. You're the official lawyer of Jeffrey O'Brien and the Daily Blender. So that's a conflict of interest. You can't sue me and represent me at the same time. Don't appreciate that. Papa Mike says, Randy, I didn't type other lame shows. Randy interjected the word other. No country music is a dumb rule. Oh, that's not a dumb rule.
No, that's a very good rule.
When did I interject other lame show?
He says that I said other. I thought this show was different than all the lame shows out there. Well, I don't know. You're hung up on the word other. It just came out of my mouth. Rough Rob says Thanksgiving is like the middle child of holidays. Yeah, that's better.
So you got to help it out a little bit.
Well, no. Actually, the middle child would be like more trying to get your attention, more gregarious. No, Thanksgiving is the is the redheaded stepchild of holidays. Yeah,
I can see
What's
that.
wrong with redheads? What's wrong with
It's just a figure of speech. There's nothing.
I have 2 redheads.
They're a little creepy. You can tell them I said so.
My mom was a redhead.
Well, she's dead, so she can't get upset. Hefty Lefty says
I had 2 aunts that were redheads.
Huh? I had an aunt.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with redheads? I
had an aunt that was a redhead. I mean, she didn't have any hair. Just she painted her head red. It was very strange at Thanksgiving. Hefty Lefty says the biggest problem with Christmas music is there aren't any new Christmas songs. Everyone just comes out with covers of the same 8 songs. So any retail Christmas playlist is just 5 renditions of the same songs, 13 hours a day for an entire month. Come up with some new songs, maybe, and it won't be so bad.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah. Radio guys feel the same way.
Sort of a different Christmas take right here.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Too soon.
We'll get there. Well, what's the rush? We're still in the first.
No, he just wants to screw with me. That's it. He just wants to screw with me. That's all. Now you know why we have to have some
It's all over
rules.
his face too.
This is why we have to have some rules. We don't have many on this show. Some. Fed fan says, well, I guess there's going to be no Fed fan text until after Christmas. Thanks, Radio
boy.
Pal. No,
Oh,
I'll
boy.
read your texts, but be reasonable. I'm like, you and I are in complete agreement.
I told you.
I just think you didn't have it as bad as we did. That's all I'm saying. We can have a civil conversation about that.
Oh, boy.
Thunder Snow says, rule number 1 is no country music. Yeah, name some other rules. We don't have many. Be cool, man. That's a rule. Be cool, man. Be cool. Sarge says, yo, don't forget the railroaders that put 15 plus hours a day to get UPS, FedEx, and Amazon Prime to the Valley of the Sun. We're the real Santas. We're not fighting. We're talking about who has suffered from Christmas music more. How did this turn into? Oh, I give up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Distracted driving kills in Arizona. Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30-50-70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
FanDuel FanFest is coming to Scottsdale, and you can be there for free. Don't miss your chance to hang out with sports legends and see live performances by Griffin and Nelly. Plus, play games and win prizes. Enjoy delicious food trucks, kick back in the beer garden, and a whole lot more. To get your 2 free tickets, place any bet of $20 or more at FanDuel Sportsbook app.
New to FanDuel? Sign up now by going to FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest, and you'll get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000.
FanDuel FanFest. It's the hottest party in sports. Presented by Lionsgate American Underdog, and it all goes down Saturday, December 11th at West World of Scottsdale.
Just visit FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest to get your 2 free tickets now. That's FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest.
21 plus and present in Arizona. Opt-in required for existing users. Refund for new users is issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/FanFest. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in there pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I didn't mean to set off a firestorm of text. It's just a simple thing. But we're not playing any Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. I don't think that's so hard. And now everybody's fighting on who has it worse during the holidays. And it really had nothing to even do with that. It's more about who's forced to listen to Christmas music repetitively over and over and over, during the holidays. Not about who works harder or who's, got to put up with more crap. This is just about the music. So everybody calm down. 888-368-1580. Fish Tank says, I'm a total Christmas Scrooge. I've been trying to convince the family for years that we should all just buy ourselves something nice and just call it good. It would take all the stress out of it. They still haven't even bought into that idea for some reason. Well, that is the far end of the spectrum, Fish Tank. That's not me at all. I like Christmas. I like getting people Christmas presents. And I do like to make merry, as they say in the Christmas Carol, but not until a certain point. Why? What's the rush? What is the rush? That's all I'm saying. I don't like commercials too early. I don't like any of that. Kiss the Cook says, when I worked for Jeans West, Ann Junker, who is president of Christown Mall, would not allow any decorations for Christmas to go up until after Thanksgiving. I don't know who this Ann Junker is, but she was ahead of her time. She was good people.
That's a hero right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of a weird name, but whatever. Let's see. Boomtown says, my birthday is December 25th, and I grew up in a family that didn't celebrate Christmas or birthday. So Christmas music to me is just a painful reminder. I think I need therapy. Well, Boomtown, listen. I have a solution, at least for people who have their birthday on December 25th. If you were my kid, I would say, here's the deal. It's not your birthday anymore. We're changing your birthday. It's just a birthday is just an idea. It's just a date. It's just a number. It's a representation. Yes, you will become a year older on Christmas, but we're celebrating your birthday June 25th. They just flip the thing completely over. That way, you have a birthday not too close to Christmas. You don't get ripped off on the presents. Then, it's a summertime party, which means pool parties and fun and whatever you want to do. So if you've got a Christmas birthday or something too close, I say flip it and just celebrate your birthday in the summer. Make it easy. There's no rules. There ain't no damn rules, except for no Christmas and music until after Thanksgiving. That's a rule.
It's a fair rule, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Lacrosse guy says, hey, guys, kind of bummed out about football. All my fantasy teams suck. I'm out of the Survivor Leagues, probably dead last in the Blender Pick'em. Cardinals seem to be going the wrong way. Can I get a Blender air hug, please?
A Blender what?
I don't think we've ever done that before. He wants a Blender air hug. I worry that if we do this, that at some point when we do a remote broadcast, you're going to want a real one. And I feel like it's a slippery slope. I'm not a hugger.
Jeffrey's not very physical.
No, I don't like I got physical space rules. That's my personal rule.
Yeah.
This is
personal space.
Here's my personal space for the men, a little closer for the ladies, still, even then I'm not looking to hug anybody. Does anybody want to give him an air hug? I'll give you a Blender hearty handshake.
There you go.
Yep.
Handshake.
I'll give you the Blender half hug.
I'll give you the Blender air hug. I think it looks weird on the camera. I don't know.
Well, how about the thing where this is even in the Manstitution, the half hug, the handshake half hug. You go in for the handshake and then pat, 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 and then release. I'll give you the Blender man hug.
Could do that. Man hug.
So did you just give him an air hug?
Yeah.
Keon hugged you up. You're all good. Good Cat says, fire Jeffrey. He can't even keep up with the text line. Damn. Tiger Paws says, okay, I'm one of those that's better not start until the day after Thanksgiving, and it better end at midnight on Christmas too. I was in Walmart 2 weeks ago, and they're already playing the music. I just felt myself cringe. And okay, so see Tiger Paws on my on my same page.
Yep.
Boomer Sooner says, Randy, slow down, watch your blood pressure. Plus, these UPS guys, UPS guys and gals love it. If they make a killing, they're making like $35, $45 an hour during the holidays. All the overtime they can use ends up being $125,000 to $150,000 a year. So they actually love it. A personal friend is a UPS driver. So let's play some Thanksgiving music. And I agree with you. They start Christmas music way too early. Wait, there's no Thanksgiving music. There's no such thing.
Is that, I mean, I've never heard of it.
Just Alice's Restaurant, and that's it. There's no other country music. No country music, Jagdog. No country music. No, he says, here's the rules. This is the list on the Blender. And it's a very short list. No country music. No Christmas music before Christmas. No pina coladas. That's the rule. That is the way it is. And that's all there is to it. Lacrosse guy says, I love you too, Keon. Well, now you've done it. now you've done it. Fed fan says, Jeffrey doesn't hug. Just remember that, everyone. He didn't even hug me when we met. See, and I like you quite a bit. Senior Wake and Bake says, speaking of rules, my Niners rule, and they're back from the dead.
They're still 3 games below 500. I would use the words back from the dead sparingly there.
He says, look out now for the San Fran Assassins. Oh, brother.
Okay.
Beer Bob says, yeah, they put out Christmas stuff way too early. It's already up before Halloween. Wifey and I went looking for some Thanksgiving decorations last weekend. Couldn't find squat. It's all Christmas. Papa Mike says, oh, yeah, Randy, forgot to tell you, those Built bars I had this weekend, they were really good. And when those 2 boxes were gone, I'll try the other flavors and products. Thanks for the tip on the Built bar.
You bet. Glad you do it. Glad you enjoyed them.
Yeah, well done, Papa Mike. Let us know when you're done taste testing all these Built bar boxes what your favorite is. I'm sure that we'd like to know that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hefty Lefty says, the one song I can listen to every Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas that I don't get sick of hearing, the Peanut song. You know, they play it every holiday with the piano. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding. I don't really feel like that's a Christmas song. Is that a Christmas? I don't feel like
It's not a Christmas song, but it does get associated with Christmas a lot because for the same reason it gets associated with Halloween. It just sort of the 2 specials, the Christmas special and Halloween special, memorable.
You know, Big George says, Jeffrey, of course I have your back. I am the official lawyer for the Daily Blender. But if you start talking about suing Santa Claus, I can't be a part of that. They made a movie about that, Miracle on 34th Street. You know, if you don't like Christmas music and Christmas commercials before Thanksgiving, Jeffrey, you're going to have to drop half the ads running on your radio station right now. Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, all those others, they're already running Christmas on your station.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah. Yeah. There's some Amazon ones there too. Yeah. It's happening. I don't know who's supposed to run it past you, but it's happening.
You know, I do listen to the station, and maybe I've just numbed and deadened myself to it. Well, of course, Christmas commercials are okay now. Money. Fubar 1000 says, Rule 1, never play country music unless it's the heavy metal version. Rule 2, read the text exactly as written, no ad-libbing. And Rule 3, follow rules 1 and 2. Hey, Fubar, Rule 4, go bleep yourself. Let's see. Fed Fan says, I actually love Christmas music. Me and Big George. Mr. Wilbur says, thank goodness for being partially sighted. Christmas lights have been put up outside as well as a large inflatable Santa Claus just for the grandkids. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, at least you don't have to see it. Boomer Sooner says, well, Jeffrey explains a little bit. I know I came to see you guys at the studio with my Super Bowl patch book. I came to give you a hug and you kind of stuck your hand out real quick and gave me a handshake. And I kind of got the hint. Walked up to Randy and he gave me a big old bear hug, lifted me off the ground. But, well, that's just Randy. Boom Sooner. I had no idea you were coming in for a hug. I just shake hands. That's what I do. It's just weird. Lefuria Roja says, any songs about Jive Turkey? If there's not, there should be. Rough Rob says, I can only imagine how sad Thanksgiving is for Detroit Lions fans.
Every year.
All right.
Are they actually airing the game with a minute this year?
I found the Thanksgiving theme for us to listen to from the Peanuts movie.
Wasn't that the same as the Christmas one?
Thanksgiving theme. It's a Thanksgiving theme. Here you go. See, Thanksgiving.
You know, the stylings of the great Vince Guaraldi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's Thanksgiving.
Just doesn't sound like anything, man. Just somebody playing piano.
Well, no, it says Thanksgiving. I mean, how many people out there in Fort Dimension saw the Peanuts movie, Thanksgiving, and the great Thanksgiving heist or whatever it was, and they heard this song?
Heist? They did a heist?
Whatever it was. I forget what it is. Hell, I'm 60. I don't care anymore. Come on. Thanksgiving. There you go. Thanksgiving music. There it is.
All right, if you say so. Hamilton Porter says, yeah, Jeffrey, if I hear one more goddamn time about the peppermint shake at Chick-fil-A, meaning Christmas is, lose my mind. Thanksgiving is great for us. We get hammered at 9 a.m., knowing they usually play a good team. I used to go to the Lions game every year, saw some great talent in the prime, but yeah, these days, getting hammered. Yeah. Getting hammered. There you go, Hamilton Porter. Way to go. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, I just saw a bunch of other 4 and 5 teams. We might still be in the mix. Yeah, if you look at the standings, and I did look at the standings for the NFL. It looks a lot like the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. There's a bunch of teams that are 4 and 5 right now. So, yeah. Beer Bob says, no Thanksgiving songs. Are you forgetting Adam Sandler's classic Thanksgiving song? Yes, I've already forgotten it. Turkey Lurkey Lie, Turkey Lurkey Loo, or something like that. Fubar 1000 says, Jeffrey, how does one go bleep themselves?
I'm sure you can figure it out.
Probably should Google that. All right, so let's talk some NFL football, shall we? Enough of this Christmas stuff is starting to get me hot under the collar. So Le'Veon Bell, sorry, Moist One, Le'Veon Bell has been cut by the Baltimore Ravens. They sent him down the driveway, which is a move that I don't necessarily understand. I mean, he had a couple of touchdowns. No, he didn't have a whole lot of yards, but he also didn't have a whole lot of opportunities, with the running game for the Baltimore Ravens. So is he done, or is he going to show up somewhere? Is he done because he's done, or is he done because they need to bring in? That's kind of embarrassing, though. You cut a guy. What are you bringing in? A kicker? I mean, what's going on with the Ravens, Keon?
I don't know exactly what they want to do. Maybe they want to make a room on the defensive side of the depth chart for somebody. I have no idea exactly. But with Le'Veon Bell, he was in a very competitive running back room. And you've got Devontae Freeman was also brought in. Mm-hmm. He's been more effective. They like him better. They already had the rookie Tyson Williams on the roster. He's improved every single week, especially as a pass blocker. And of course, he went and got Latavius Murray, who they also like a lot. So he was kind of the odd man out, and any other roster moves they wanted to make, I just don't think that they wanted to have 4 running backs on the roster when you've got 3 and obviously Lamar.
Well, he's taking it very well. He tweeted out that it hurts, but it's been a blessing to be there. And he says, I enjoyed every second of this short period. Got a whole new meaning of what the city is like. Great place to be. Appreciate Eric DeCosta and John Harbaugh for the opportunity to be called a Raven. And all smiles in the photograph. But I guess now he's wondering, well, where will I go next? Or is this the end for Le'Veon Bell? Seems like an unceremonious end, doesn't it?
It really does. But I do think that there may be a team with all the injuries that we've seen that might be desperate enough and might look at what he did at Baltimore and go, okay, maybe there's something here for our offense.
The Arizona Cardinals could probably use Le'Veon Bell right now with Chase Edmonds being hurt, right?
It couldn't hurt.
What do you say, Randy?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be okay. You bring him in, but you've got, Benjamin that did pretty good the last time he played. I'd like to see, Benjamin, who's more like Chase Edmonds, and then you still got you got the big bruiser. It's kind of like thunder and lightning back there. I kind of like the way they're set up now. But if you bring Le'Veon Bell in, he would be a number 3 if something happened to Eno or.
He'd be inexpensive at this point. He'd be a cheap way to just expand the depth chart of your running game.
Probably the veterans minimum for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could think of worse things. I feel like he'll end up somewhere. I don't know how much of an opportunity he's going to get to ever be featured again, but I think he still has a few runs left in them legs. Remember how we were all selling off and saying, okay, we will never, ever see the old ball buster again. He just went on his, now I've forgotten his name. Beat his kid's ass till his butt.
Adrian Peterson.
Thank you.
Peterson.
Yeah, we didn't think Adrian Peterson was ever going to do anything. Oh, he comes back and boom, he did well. So it's anything is possible. And yes, you're right, Keon. In a league where injuries riddle the running back position, wouldn't be surprised to see him ended up on somebody's depth chart.
Yeah, he
couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I think the Ravens would love to have kept him, but they carry 3 running backs. Their quarterback runs a bunch, and they're one of the few teams in the league that keeps a fullback. It's just there's just not enough room in that building for another guy running the football.
Yeah. So, all right, I would never have him in fantasy football. That's a bad idea. Big George says, wait, can Le'Veon Bell play quarterback position? Not sure who the quarterback's going to be this weekend against the Seahawks with Colt McCoy injured and Kyler Murray still hurt. Cardinals, maybe you should go get Blake Bortles or something. Yeah, you got a lot of question marks on the old Cardinal quarterback depth chart there, Randy.
Do we?
Yeah, you do.
Do we?
Streveler's going to be good enough for you, has he?
I didn't say that.
So what's the deal?
I just think I'll wait and see what happens by game time against Seattle this week.
I think you're looking for Gardner Minshew again. I think you're hoping for that. And I think you have to let that go. You're going to have to let that go.
There. It could happen.
I'm just saying.
You don't know, Jeffrey. It could happen.
I think you need to be realistic about that. He's not going to be a Cardinal. I'm sorry. You're going to have to face that fact. Sooner or later, you're going to have to face that fact.
It could happen, and I'm going to laugh at all of you when he becomes a Cardinal.
I'm sure we'll be laughing, too, in disbelief. Fed Fan says, I think they ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the Peanuts Thanksgiving cartoon special.
I believe you're right.
Wow. That's sad.
It's because it was the Great Turkey Heist. The turkey got heisted, so all they had left was the peanut butter and jelly.
There really was a heist? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Man, it's been a long time since I've watched it.
602 Pats fan says, that's what he gets for doing the old holdout in Pittsburgh thing. Imagine where he'd be right now had he not played games. Senior Wake and Bake says, first running back drops. That's where Bell will be next. So, yeah, he's just got to go home and sit by the phone, and it'll ring soon enough. You're probably right.
You use the home gym, stay in shape.
Yep. Fish Tank says, I'm pretty sure there's a rule that if you don't score a rushing touchdown on the Dolphins, one of your running backs has to be cut. Roger Goodell approved the rule.
That's a league-wide rule.
Yep. Hamilton Porter says, poor Zane Gonzalez still can't catch a break. And, well, what are you talking about? Actually, he was kicking well the other day. Let's see here. Detroit Lions sign K. Riley Patterson off of the New England Patriots practice squad. What happened? Did Zane blow it for? Wait, I'm confused. Where is Zane Gonzalez? I didn't know he's not on the Lions, is he? Help me out here. I don't know what you're talking about, Hamilton Porter. Baba Mike says, would Bell get along with Connor? James Conner replaced Bell in Pittsburgh when Bell went cuckoo. I don't see why they wouldn't get along. I mean, unless there is some bad blood there. I don't know. I don't think it'd be a thing.
Yeah, listen, I think James Robinson is happy where he's at. I think if the Cardinals were to bring in Le'Veon Bell, I don't think there'd be any issue. I think James Robinson is secure in his position, and he's done a lot for the Arizona Cardinals, and I don't think it's going to hurt his chances to continue running. Le'Veon Bell would just be an insurance policy. That's it.
Yeah, I think running back by committee, you're going to end up seeing Le'Veon Bell somewhere. Jagdog says, yeah, Zane plays for Carolina. Yeah. So nobody knows what you're talking about, Hamilton Porter. Help me out. I'm looking at the screen grab. It doesn't make sense to me.
And he's having a good season too. So I don't get that either.
Yeah, I'll take one of those too, please. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, more NFL stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
That's a no whip, high foam, 170 degree, sugar-free gingerbread latte.
Ah, yes, it's gingerbread latte season at Duchesne's Coffee Shop.
Gingerbread on the side.
He'll need a seasonal barista before his cookie starts to crumble.
Anything else? Oh, there's a list.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But when you save on gas, you pay for with your electric bill. And with all these things plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly bill? Well, you got to call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundation has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602 ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Get your college game on. Get ready for the fight songs. Get ready for the traditions. Get ready for the rivalries. It's college football.
He's gone. There he goes. Through the line. He'll take it to the house 90 yards.
And we've got the games you want to hear.
Wide open and the tight end walks to the end zone.
College football lives on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's sports betting station. Your next opportunity to bet some NFL football is going to be on Thursday Night Football. We have the Patriots at the Falcons, 6 p.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, we're trying to talk some NFL football right now, but for some reason, it's very important that Berg says, mustard sucks. Afternoon, guys. I don't understand. He's always going on about the damn mustard. Listen, you don't have to eat the mustard, Berg. Nobody's forcing you to eat the mustard. Some of us like a little mustard, but you don't have to eat the mustard. So why this focus? Why this anger, this hatred for mustard? Why? Why, I ask you? I mean, yes, we did make him eat a mustard-covered hot dog when he lost a bet one year.
That's because he was bad-mouthing the Phoenix Suns.
That's right. He was Evil Berg.
And he was Evil Berg, and he learned his lesson. Live on the radio, eating a hot dog with mustard on.
And even then, he wasn't forced because no one forces you to make a bet.
No, right. No. But true to his word, he is a gentleman. He came down here on camera, ate the mustard smothered hot dog. And, sometimes he'll even do that for charity. He's raising money for the Berg and the Burb, looking for donations, trying to find a cure for the brain cancer, which he's gone through another round just recently, still going through that. So with all the things in your life you have to deal with, Berg, with all the things you should be angry about, with all the things you should be passionate about, mustard? Really? That's the hill that you want to really? Mustard.
There's actually something positive about that. Actually,
you hate mustard too?
Well, no, I don't hate mustard. The positivity being he's got a lot of stuff going on and still finds the passion to hate mustard in particular. I can respect it.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, you can respect that, but it's also weird. True. Berg is just pretty happy about one thing. He says, "I think I clinched a playoff berth in the fantasy football already." So there's that. Yeah, Berg, you are killing it in the Premier League this year. So I think that when we finally do award the trophies, I'm kind of seeing that there's going to be one for Boogie, one for Moistman, and one for the Berg. I mean, that's how long it's been since we've done a remote. Just Tip says, Jeffrey, I think Berg might hate mustard for the same reason you hate the Yankees.
Mustard isn't evil.
Yeah, I don't understand that connection, Just the Tip.
I mean, you may not like the taste of it, but it's not inherently evil as the Yankees are.
Naturally. Yeah, they completely are. Yeah. Boogie says, Berg, I know what you want. Tuna melt with a mustard. Oh, that's what he needs. Maybe that'll help. Fubar 1000 says, quick fantasy football question. So does this mean that Devontae Freeman now has become the lead back for the Ravens? Now, I'm pretty sure wasn't he already?
I mean, they signed him. So about week 4 or 5, he became that. Yeah. He took over that job. He's a guy that's been productive in Atlanta and a few other places. Baltimore.
Yeah, it's a hard time when you got running backs by committee or people trying to find their way. It's like, well, we thought this was going to be the guy, but now look at this guy. He's kicking ass. You can't, it's not as simple as saying wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. It really just, it depends. But yeah, right now, Fubar 1000. Yeah, I'd say you'd say that. Intern of the main event says Gonzalez joined the Panthers. He kicked field goals against us on Sunday. Yeah, that's what I thought. And he did have a monster game against them. And so Hamilton Porter says, sorry, my mistake. Jeffrey, Carolina signed him off the Lions practice squad a week or two ago. So that's what it was. I still don't know what you are talking about. And I'm glad that I'm not crazy. Senior Wake and Bake says, speaking of hugs, the next public appearance, create a hug line for Keon. Just have him in Washington gear and the hugs will start coming. Sad. Yeah, hugs like, oh, bless his heart.
Hold on. I don't want
bless his heart.
No, I don't want your pity hugs. You can keep it to yourself. Okay, I've been rooting for this team for over 20 years.
Some guy with way too much cologne and a suit tried to hug you earlier when he saw you in that.
Yep.
By the way, why do guys don't just a little cologne goes a long way? Can we just figure that out? Anyways, but so yeah, do you want to have a hug line?
I'll be okay without a hug line if that's okay with anybody else. I don't, especially if it's going to be pity hugs.
Yeah, and it's
keep it.
COVID ain't over yet, by the way. I ain't not hugging nobody. Like 3,000 people are getting COVID every day in Arizona. Like 80 to 100 people are dying every day of COVID. Let's pretend like it's over. Whee! No, there will not be a hug line for any of us. Hamilton Porter, yes, I know that. He says, FYI, bless his heart is Southern speak for go bleep yourself. No. It depends on the context. When I say, oh, bless his heart, that just means that I think he's simple. That I think he's maybe not all that bright. But if somebody says, well, bless your heart, that's what it means. Yeah, they just think you're dumb. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like if you bring up an idea and then someone says, oh, bless your heart, they are telling you to just go ahead.
Really? Is it go F yourself?
Yeah. It's a contextual thing.
Okay, well,
you could be simple.
Yeah.
Or it could just
either
go
bleep yourself, or that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Right. Oh, bless your heart.
It's either you're on the short bus or just dive under it.
Yeah,
there you go. I think that's it. Lacrosse guy says, Keon, glad I got the only hug. It was a virtual hug.
It was a virtual hug.
You do that all day.
Yeah.
Fubar 1000 says, speaking of mustard sucks, Arizona is mustard. 602 Pats fam says, I hope those Falcons from Sunday show up to Foxborough on Thursday. Let's go Patriots. Well, how does the Atlanta team match up against the Patriots defense? Because
not very well.
I got Cordell Patterson, man. I got to get some points.
Atlanta. So it's funny. We talk about Baker Mayfield and he's a Jekyll and Hyde quarterback. Like, what if you made Baker Mayfield an entire football team? He'd be the Atlanta Falcons, because some weeks they really do look like an actual football team. Right? Like they're out there, they're scoring tons of points. Oh God, they figured out how to use Kyle Pitts. It's going to be amazing. And then the next week that they can't figure out anything. Cordell Patterson, there's no way that they can find a way to get him involved in the offense. They can't run the ball. Matt Ryan looks like he's 50. I don't know what week we're gonna have a good Falcons team or a bad Falcons team. I couldn't tell you what's gonna happen on Thursday. I have no idea.
Bless their hearts. 888-368-1580. So I just want to say that there is a hero in the NFL, at least in week 10. Week 10 was a lot of disappointments, a lot of weird upsets, just a lot of just bad play. As Scott Van Pelt says, bad beats, plenty of bad beats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Quentin Jefferson is a hero after week 10. Did you see what happened?
No.
They were getting ready for a play, and all of a sudden Quentin Jefferson noticed, what is that? What is that shiny thing right there? What is that? He's like, oh my God. He just stopped everything and he jumped up and he's like, there's some scissors on the field, man. What the hell? Hey,
oh boy.
He stopped play, said, scissors, got some scissors here. And so they took the scissors And there you go. So, of course, the Chiefs offensive line were bastards about it. They're like, that was offsides. He went offsides. No, that was a health and safety kind of moment. I think you need to give this guy a break, because what if one of you morons had plowed through and gotten stabbed by the scissors? Yeah, that's you come on now. Calling for offsides. That ain't cool.
I mean, he was offsides, but he was offsides potentially saving an offensive player, because they're the person most likely to fall into the scissors.
What if somebody landed on those scissors and got, oh my God, I've been OJ'd. And nobody wants to get OJ'd.
Oh boy.
Accidentally even.
Well,
I know.
Either way, I think all around nobody wants to get OJ'd.
Never, but it'd be most surprising to be accidentally on a football field during a game.
Just saying, you don't want to get OJ'd.
Either way.
Packer Cracker says, my mother used to say, bless your heart. She said it meant that's sweet or naive but stupid, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. I never knew about the go after yourself part. Senior Wake and Bake says, Jeffrey, would you happen to have some Grey Poupon? No, man. I like French's mustard. That's it. I just need a couple of drops of it. I don't even eat that much. A couple of drops, roll my corn dog in it. Boom. That's all I need. Berg says, is 602 Pats fan a Yankees fan? That's a good question. You think 602 Pats fan would be a Red Sox fan? It's a good question. Let's see. Did he say he was a Yankees fan? Or is that an insult? That might be an insult.
Could be.
If you ask another person in Boston, hey, what are you, some kind of a Yankees fan? Get in a fight.
Yeah, we got to go outside now.
Boomer Sooner says Patterson was a little dinged up, so I don't think he played a lot in the last half of the third or the fourth quarter. So they say he's questionable right now. Injury. Okay. Fubar 1000 says, not following the rules, Jeffrey. What the hell are you even talking about? Hamilton Porter says it doesn't if Atlanta needs to play 4 quarters against the Patriots and not 3, they will lose. What is he saying?
Basically, how do they match up against the Patriots? Well, they don't play for 4 quarters. They only play for 3. So if the Patriots have a good 4-quarter game, start to finish, how does Atlanta win?
Yeah, they do. Gotcha. Okay. So DK Metcalf the other day, that cracked me up. I was actually watching the game and he gets ejected. And then later he's just kind of like trots back out on the field. Like, they'll never notice me. He tried to go back out. Like, we just ejected you. What, you think we're not going to notice you? You have oddly green hair poking out under your helmet and a big 14 on there. Get out of here.
You're built like Hercules. Like, we know there's no wide receiver in the league shaped like you.
Yeah, this is not going to trick anybody. Get out of here. Berg says, doesn't seem like a knowledgeable Patriots fan. Maybe once since the last 15 years. Probably a mustard lover too. Well, I can't have any of this Patriot on Patriot crime around here, but if he is a Yankees fan, yeah, kick his ass. Let's see. New texter here on the text line. New texter 1638 says, what's our chances of making the Super Bowl? Well, what's the chances of you telling me who your favorite team is? Because we don't know what you're talking about. We have a lot of people who listen to this show and a lot of people with different teams. So when you say, what's our chances? You got to be clarifying that. If it's the Cardinals, I'd say pretty good as long as you get the injury bug taken care of there. Hefty Lefty sends a meme and he says the Carolina Panthers are currently paying Cam Newton's replacement. Cam Newton's replacement. And for Cam Newton to replace his own replacement. I think that's actual math.
Yeah. And I think it checks out too.
I think I need a nap.
602 Pats fan says, no, I'm not a Yankees fan or a Red Sox fan. I don't watch baseball. All right. Take that for what it's worth. Just a Tip says, Jeffrey, the more corn dogs you swipe in mustard and eat is all the more coffee stirs for the break room. So good on you now for being very generous. Yeah, I'm a giver.
Yep.
Hamilton Porter says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's a reason Lions fans weren't sad to see Stafford go. Look at his stats versus winning teams and versus losing teams. He can't beat teams with a winning record.
I mean, we'll see. I guess he's on a 7-3 football team. They're playing for the most part really well. I'm not gonna rule Stafford out. Stafford's been really talented. his entire career.
Yeah, and I can't even jump on board with judging him on one season even. I mean, we've seen him come in and show why they wanted him. He's a good player. And these last couple of games, kind of a head scratchers, and I got you on that, but I'd say it's too early to start making those sorts of determinations. 1638 says, my team, the Patriots. Hey, how about a text or nickname for you so we don't have to call you by a number, but what are the Patriots' chances of winning the Super Bowl? I'll start this off by saying better every week. Better every week.
Seems to be, yeah.
Mac Jones is just starting to come into his own, reminding a lot of people of the kind of quarterback Tom Brady is and was. And they need some more pieces on that team. I don't know if you can say Super Bowl this year. I don't know if you can, but they're looking pretty strong.
Yeah. I mean, look, as long as the Bills are going to be the best team in that division, I don't think your Super Bowl odds are incredibly high, but it's a good football team. It's a good defense.
The Bills haven't proven anything to anybody yet. They beat some bad teams. They throttled some bad teams, and then they lost to the Jaguars and couldn't even score a touchdown. So I wouldn't say the Bills are far and away the favorite to win that, the way the Patriots are playing right now. And I think that this is the way Bill Belichick goes about his business. He starts in the spring, and he gets these guys going in summer camp, and then by the preseason, he's already thinking towards late October, November, December, those type of games. Where does he want this team to be at that point? And I think that's what he's trying to do with this team. Get them settled in and get them on target to get to the playoffs. And once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen.
I think more than that, Randy, he's just trying to develop these players, especially Mac Jones, into being what he wants, because old dogs, new tricks, right? And he's used to having a certain kind of quarterback and a certain kind of system and having a certain amount of success. And so he went out and recast the role of Tom Brady, found the most Tom Brady replacement that he could find,
right.
Zeroed in on him. He saw it in Mac Jones with, a lot of people were like, oh, he's all right. But what is going on? Why would he trade up for this guy? What's going on? Now, he is molded into the quarterback Bill Belichick needs to run the Bill Belichick offense.
Yes,
along with Josh McDaniels. So there's no mistakes. There's no accidents in this. This is all according to the cheaters' plans. And that's the fact, and so Super Bowl this year, 1638. I think not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no chance, but low chance. It's good. It's going to be uphill sledding. You got a rookie quarterback, and I know he's been good, but he is still a rookie. And he's going to take his lumps, and there are going to be moments, there are going to be games where Mac Jones looks, quite frankly, terrible. And there are going to be more games as he continues to grow as a quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, but wait till next season when he's got a full season under his belt. Wow.
Yep.
Look out.
That's going to be impressive.
Again. Yeah.
So our new texter has chosen their texter nickname, and he wants to be known as Patriot Eddie. Patriot Eddie, welcome to the Daily Blender and welcome to the text line here.
Yeah.
Good to have you with us. Your chances better next year than this year, but I'll tell you what, no, it is interesting and fun to see the Patriots start to become a decent team again. We got to take a break. We come back. More NFL. Dang, we're going to talk a lot of NFL today. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
My stomach.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
What's that?
It's Pepto-Bismol Chews.
Pepto-Bismol's in a chew?
Yeah, they taste great and provide fast relief. And you can always have Pepto-Bismol handy.
Ooh, let me try it.
Try Pepto-Bismol Chews for fast relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona. You can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
That's a no-whip, high-foam, 170-degree, sugar-free gingerbread latte.
Ah, yes, it's gingerbread latte season at Duchesne's Coffee Shop.
Gingerbread on the side.
He'll need a seasonal barista before his cookie starts to crumble.
Anything else? Oh, there's a list.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona sports betting station. King of Kittens taking issue with me saying it's fun to see the Patriots winning. Understand something, man. I'm a Colts fan. And them cheating bastards have, given me, some headaches. Yeah, and a lot of the people from Boston, kind of racist dirtbags. Not all of them, but a lot of them. He says, fun to see Patriots winning. I completely disagree. Boston fans are insufferable. They never shut up. There's a lot of fan bases that never shut up. And for me, it's fun to see the Patriots doing well because you like to see an opponent or somebody be at strength. And it's also interesting to see. It's like, remember, we were like, oh, look, it was all about Tom Brady, wasn't it? It was all about Tom Brady. Belichick and Brady was more Brady than Belichick because, look, Brady walks out and gets a Super Bowl year one when he leaves the Patriots. And now, Belichick, he's not what he used to be. No, he's totally what he used to be. It's just going to take a minute and a half to get Mac Jones up to speed or to find the quarterback that you can get up to speed. So, the coaching is a little bit of a longer game than just stepping in and being a great quarterback. Besides, Tom Brady, he chose a team that was a contender. Just add quarterback. That's why he talked to the Colts first. And then the Colts were like, no, we're good with Phillip Rivers. Why? Because we're stupid. And then he's like, okay, well, how about you, Patriots? Hell yeah, let's do this thing. And then guess what? They got a ring.
Yeah, I mean, that was a team that he walked onto a team with an already brilliant defense with like top upcoming players, fantastic wide receivers all over the place, and a great offensive line. It's a quarterback dream.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, King of Kittens, I missed some of his texts earlier. He says, Beth McDonald has already begun her long extended vacation of daytime patio wine drinking while watching shirtless gardeners and pool boys. That's what she does. By the way, sunset tonight, 5:24 Mountain Standard Time in Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sunrise, 7:02 a.m.
Yeah, I believe I said that.
Okay. I don't know why that's important, but all right. Fish Tank says, all due respect to the new texter, but Jeffrey, did you say it's fun to see the Patriots be good again? We've had to watch that damn team win division title after division title and 7 Super Bowls over the last 20 years. They've had one bad season since Tom left. that team needs to be terrible for like 20 years. I don't know.
Wow.
I'd rather have hated opponents or people I don't like be at strength when there's a fight, because it's more fun that way. Don't you think? It's like,
Yeah.
if I had a great rival come and they were all like let's say some dude that maybe I had a good fight with in high school says, I think it's time for a rematch. All right. Then he shows up all sloppy and weird. Be like, go take care of some, just get in shape, come back and make it a real fight. You know what I mean? It's no fun when the Patriots are decimated. It's only fun when they're a contender.
It's like when you watch a movie, the best movies have fantastic villains. If the villain's
Right.
strong, if he can hold his own, then when he loses, you feel really good.
602 Pats fan says, all I got to say is thank you, Baltimore, for Matt Judon. Is it Judon or Judon?
Matt Judon.
Judon. There you go. Yeah.
And he's awesome.
Yeah. That is very nice of you to say thank you. Hamilton Porter says, question, would you like to see the Lions make a Super Bowl? No.
I mean, I would.
I would too.
As a person who roots for one of the crappy teams on that level, yes, it would prove that anything is possible if the Lions could win a Super Bowl. But
I just don't care about the Lions
they're
enough
just
to.
not going to.
I'm not going to say, how dare you, sir? I don't want the Lions, but would I like to see it? I don't know. I like to see any team that used to be bad be good. I like when the Cubs stepped up and did better. I feel like they're adorable. All right, good for them. Seeing the Boston Red Sox get over the hump and win theirs. Oh, that's good. That's cool. You know, seeing the Browns starting to try to come back, but still hard for them to. Now it seems like they're starting to slide back the other direction. But yeah, I like to see the bummer team step back up. I don't know. I like it when I don't want parity as much as, but I like it when my opponents are good. All right. That's it. I just want to see some good football. That's all. And when the Patriots are bad, it's sad, and they're starting to come up and starting to do well. That's interesting, isn't it? It's more interesting than an ass kicking every week. That's why I'm not interested in the Lions, Hamilton Porter, because it's every week. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it until something changes.
I think that's fair. That it's just mostly, misery, constant foibles. How many different ways can we screw up? Why is our organization bad? Just straighten some of the basic stuff out.
The organization's bad because of the ownership group.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, the little fellow looks like a vampire. Mike Florio. Oh, the dude from
Mike Florio.
Yeah, Mike Florio looks like a vampire, does a thing. He was saying the other day, he's like, yeah, you could totally see a 40-team NFL expanded. Yeah. No, you can't expand the NFL, not one more damn team, until the Lions can win a game. Okay? You can't do it. You can't until you have these teams all good enough. That means if the Lions are that bad, you don't have enough players coming out of college to play in the NFL. Now you've got the Lions who are that bad. You want to put in a bunch more teams?
Why not?
In London and in wherever?
Why not?
And so now you've got 6 more Lions teams? No.
The NHL expanded, and the Las Vegas Knights, the year they expanded, almost won the damn Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but do you want 6 more Coyotes teams? No. Until you've got a bunch of teams playing at a competitive level, do not expand the NFL.
And it's
The
harder.
Kraken are way better than the Coyotes right now.
You have to. They're not the same sport. When you expand in hockey, there's an expansion draft. You're actually getting very good
plucking
players
off of other
if
teams.
you were to do that in the NFL, who's going to let your franchise quarterback go, which you need to win? To build a defense, or who's going to give up a cover corner? You wouldn't be able to expand 8 more teams in the NFL and have 8 good NFL teams.
I think if organizations like the Lions exist and they just kind of quietly go about losing all the time and going through personnel and continuing to lose, and when they get a superstar, they don't treat the superstar with the respect owed to him, and they're going about this as a Scrooge or a miser. They're always trying to count pennies instead of worrying about winning a championship. If you're like an economist or some sort of a strategist for Money Works, get the hell out of the NFL and let some guys in there that want to win championships and wear rings and bring swagger back to a city that deserves a damn good football team. The people of Detroit deserve a good football team.
All right. Well, then until they can get the players to make them competitive, there's not enough good players left to fill more teams.
I think there should be some sort of a standard held on these ownership groups that are just there making millions of dollars because you owe and you don't give a rip whether your team performs or not.
Hey,
and a Washington football team is another great example.
Listen, Florio, here's another point maybe you should consider. You're basically doing this. Oh, hear me out. Let's get 6 XFL teams and let them join the NFL. That's the quality of players that you're going to have on those 6 teams. Because, Randy, if there were all these other players out there available, and it's the Lions' fault because they can't seem to get their act together, which I agree with, but that's not the only problem. Then the XFL would have been just cranking. The AAF would have been amazing. Who came out of that? PJ Tucker? Is that his name?
PJ Walker.
Whatever. See what I'm saying?
Texas Ranger.
That's right. PJ Walker, Texas Ranger, is the only good thing that came out of the AAF or XFL?
XFL.
Right.
I get what you're saying. I'm not into the mode of just because there's an expansion team means they're automatically going to suck. I don't think that is the way. I see what you're saying.
In NFL, yes.
I see what you're saying, but if these guys get good people in there in this organization,
where?
And they could, they have to be out there. They're not in Detroit. We know that for damn sure.
And who's going to coach these teams? And who's going to be the assistants and the coordinators? And where's all these people going to come from? Because we have a level at the bottom of the NFL of suckage, Randy, that is very far away from mediocre.
Well, again, I think the NFL as an organization needs to hold some of these owners to task to be competitive. And if you're not competitive, then the franchise goes away and is given to somebody who wants to make it relevant.
Fair enough. But let's say a new day has risen. The sun has come up over the horizon. And the birds are singing and the clouds are laughing and everything is grand in Detroit. And they're like, you know what? Damn it. Forget what we've done before. We're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to try. Okay. Now what? Go get me some better players.
Well, I mean, come on.
Who are you going to get? Who's out there?
Look who they've had throughout the years, Jeff.
No, right now. Who would they go out and get?
Megatron, in the prime of his career, left.
Yeah, that was before. What now? Randy.
And the great running back. He walked away in the prime of his career. Matthew Stafford suffered through 9 seasons in that miserable crap hole of Detroit football.
Mm-hmm.
And he's now with the Rams.
That's history. Whose future? Randy, I am now the new owner of the Detroit Lions. I now task you, sir, go get me some players.
Go get a football guy. Go get a guy that can put this thing together.
But see, there's the thing. There is no guy. There are no more players just sitting around going, I'd play if they'd ask me.
I don't believe that.
Unless you're saying we're going to do the thing like we're doing in the NHL where you can protect X amount of players, but then they can rip the spare parts. But even then, there are certain position groups that just require elite talent. Nobody that has a top tier quarterback that has a Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson is letting that person walk. You're never getting a top tier guy. You have to draft that person. NFL teams just take that level of time to build.
In a business model, fix what's broken before you expand. If the Lions can't put a decent team out and you've got like 4 teams, the bottom, who are in a similar mode of suckage, if those teams can't fill out the talent, whether it's coaching, administration, this, that, or the other, how can you even justify 2 more, let alone 6 more? You can't.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I think we're arguing parallel here. You're arguing there's no way you can have 6 more teams play at this NFL level. And I'm agreeing with you. But the thing that gets me angry, because everybody's picking on Detroit. It's not the Detroit players and it's not the Detroit coaching staff as much as it's the damn ownership of that franchise. And it needs to be taken away from them, just like Snyder needs to be kicked out of the damn thing. And they put somebody in there that's a competitor that wants to build a program and put your money into it and build it into a competitive team.
Boogie says if we have an expansion team, we can just give them the entire Detroit Lions roster, let Detroit start over with the new roster. I know you'd like that, Boogie. That's not how it's going to work either. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, you don't have to judge Stafford. Leave that to me. He sucks. And by the way, JJ Walker, he's dynamite. Hamilton Porter says, in all honesty, as Boogie's Lions fans have wanted the Fords to sell the team for as long as I've been alive. It's true.
I know. And yet they hang on to it and they do nothing with it.
Just pass it down to their children and they don't give a damn.
He's also showing me a T-shirt that is basically the Lions in the nutshell. Says, maybe next year, since 1957.
Well, maybe teams that aren't competitive or even try, like the Lions ownership, don't get a huge cut of the TV revenues.
Swave Dave says, will the Lions draft a new quarterback next year or defensive lineman?
Hell, they need it all.
Well,
quarterback.
Going
to be quarterback.
There's not too many options, and they're still going to draft one.
Mac Jones is the new dog, and he's doing Bill Belichick's old tricks. You're right about that, Dave. All right, guys, that is 2 hours down and 1 to go. Come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve, to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari talks about the benefits of a financial advisor.
Not only the technicals and the fundamentals and the valuation, but you have to look at the macro picture. And that requires a lot of work where you're looking at the sectors and industries within the sectors. And then you find the stocks within the sectors that are doing better. And then you have to do the work on those individual stocks. And you sort of go through tons of sand before you find those nuggets of gold. And the discipline to do that continuously, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, that is the hard part. People become traders, but they have a job, they've got a family, they get distracted, and then you look at it 3 weeks later and it's all history. Like your personal trainer who keeps your health on check, this is why you need a financial advisor to keep your emotions in check.
If you need help keeping your investments on track, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Yeah, I'll bite. Big George says, Randy, you think the Coyotes have a chance to win tonight against the St. Louis Blues, currently 8-4-2 in the Central Division? I think not, but you never know. Coyotes, possible win?
I mean, anytime you get on the ice, there's a possibility of something going haywire and you can sneak a win in there. But for the Coyotes this season, I don't think so. Not against this team. The Blues are pretty tough. They were tough last season. They were tough. They're tough again this season. So, no.
Not likely, but not impossible, Big George. That's all there is. He also says, you know, I got a feeling that tax doctor is not a real doctor. Could he treat my hemorrhoids? I'm sure he'd like a shot at it. Bob Shursky says, hey, speaking of your ownership there in the NFC North, here's further proof that Aaron Rodgers is a douche nozzle. He owned the Bears his whole life, and they haven't done crap since he was 2. Not a good owner. Just saying. That's a sort of a self-inflicted wound becoming a cut down. I don't know. You might want to rethink that one. Yeah. Berg says, listen, you got 3 periods. You got 60 minutes. It's always a chance. He says, by the way, free agents have the right to choose where they choose to play. Saying thank you or hating on a player to come to a team or leave is irresponsible. Got a little confused at the end of that, but I understand what you're saying. You know, I never fault somebody for coming or going or doing what's right for their career. But yeah, I mean, unless the player's a jerk, then that's more my focus than him coming or going. Good Cat says, who has more wins, the Coyotes or U of Arizona football? I think it's a tie.
Yeah,
it's a tie. Yeah,
I literally think it's a tie.
Mm-hmm. Which is really sad if you're Arizona, to be honest.
Well, that's Tucson for you. It's really sad. Have you been there?
I drove past it coming in.
That's the best way to go.
They
don't stop.
And it was nighttime. I never saw it.
Don't stop.
They gave Utah a scare last week.
Mm-hmm.
They actually scored 29 whole points.
Mm-hmm.
They've been playing better lately. It just hasn't resulted in victories, which is fitting, I think.
God, I want them to have a completely defeated season. There are only 2 games left, right?
Well, they already won 1.
Yeah, they won 1.
So,
damn it. I really wanted them to have a completely defeated season.
Would have been funny.
I'm really sad about who.
I know this is going to sound really funny and everybody's going to laugh at me, but I think the Sun Devils ought to watch out. The way the Sun Devils have been playing this season, I watched them. I watched them play the first part of that game against UW. They were down 14 points the first quarter. You get a desperate team like the Sun Devils that need a win, and you get a team that doesn't really give a rip, and you're going to play them. Guess who? A lot of times is going to win because you're going to choke because you're desperate. You need a win.
And we've already seen the Sun Devils lose to a team that they should have handled easily. So. Yeah,
I mean that is how the Wildcats are playing lately, though. Like they don't have anything to lose.
I can't believe for a second though that ASU is not going to be dialed in, ready to go 2 weeks from now.
I don't know, Jeffrey. The last several games I've watched, undisciplined, completely not focused, just sort of aloof. Easily the first 2 quarters of every game. It seems like they haven't come out and dominated a game yet this season. And they have trouble take off. But once they get airborne, it seems like they can work some magic. But man, and then Herm's just kind of wandering around on the sideline, not passionate about anything, just got his mouth open, just kind of looks bewildered. But boy, the Sun Devils, they look good with all them uniform combinations, man. They look good. Well, when they lost to Utah, they look great.
I will join the fire Herm Edwards if they lose the Territorial Cup this year. I will lead the damn charge.
Yeah, the way they're playing.
And the way Arizona is playing, if we can't win that game, and I'm talking handily, I want to see Herm fired. I want to see Ray Anderson fired. I want to see Mike Crow fired. I want to see most of the professors fired. A couple of teachers
who's
assistants.
the head of the English department? Get them out of here.
Yeah. Don't care. They're gone. Don't get used to anybody at ASU because I'm coming for you if you can't handle business against Arizona, especially after the garbage season they've had. Dear God. Rye Guy says, Syndergaard's an angel. Finally got my, I admit there, I thought he was dead.
No.
Oh, no, the Angels got Syndergaard as
Noah
their
Syndergaard. Yeah.
pitcher there. Wow. That's
1
not,
year, $21 million.
Is that a really good idea?
They need pitching.
Is that really good idea?
I mean, on a 1-year deal, I mean, it's a good idea for the Angels.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for Syndergaard too, because he's not trapped on the Angels where, people go and die essentially. Your whole career stops there. You'll never win. I don't care how good you play. You'll never win enough games to go to a playoffs if you're with the Angels. I think it's good for them because they can't pitch outside of Ohtani.
Not used to the Angels doing things that make sense.
It is confusing.
Yeah,
it is confusing. I'll give you that.
It's unsettling. Fed Fan says, I think Randy's right. ASU should be concerned. Well, Fed Fan, I think your team should be concerned about every team every week and come ready to play. I'm concerned because, if they're running around not disciplined, not focused, I don't have any reason to think that's going to be different 2 weeks from now. But God, I hope it will be. I mean, this would be horrible. Listen, we're going into, the beginning part of the NCAA basketball season. And ASU is, going to be okay. They're not going to be great. They're going to be okay. But Arizona, that's where they're dominant and strong. And I've had all this off season to just absolutely pummel Arizona with all the suckage down there. And if all of a sudden they win the Territorial Cup, and then they have a good basketball season, these sons of bitches are going to be insufferable. I might take off a year.
Which
I might
I
just go on
experienced.
sabbatical.
I have not experienced that since I've been here.
Yeah. I don't, we'll just do what we do. We'll ignore them. They won't exist. So
if we don't look at you, you're not real.
Yeah. It's like a little kid that covers their eyes. You can't see me. Yeah, that's us when it comes to a good Arizona team. But
speaking of baseball, sort of breaking news, but not like huge news.
Okay.
San Francisco Giants manager Gabe Kapler and the Tampa Bay Rays Kevin Cash ended up winning the Manager of the Year. The awards are going on this week, so they are the managers, the AL and NL Managers of the Year.
Okie dokie. What do they get? Do they get cash prizes?
Well, I probably in their contracts but I mean, Gabe Kapler went from a Phillies organization where they just absolutely ran him out of town. It picked up the San Francisco Giants and took them from one of the worst teams in the NL West to a real contender. It took that team and got them going in the right direction. So he wins. And then, Cash is an innovator. He's a guy that has done a lot for the Tampa Bay Rays. He ends up Manager of the Year again. So
Gabe Kapler, just really enjoyed him in Welcome Back, Kotter too. So, I mean, he's had an amazing career.
Mr. Corner.
So Big George says, come on now, Jeffrey, don't fire the professors at ASU. It's not their fault the football team's mismanaged. I agree with everybody else on the list, but no, not the professor. Well, here's the thing. You know how it is. And they're like, yeah, I want that guy dead. I want his family dead. I want his friends and neighbors dead. You got to make a statement, George. You got to make a statement. I want them all gone. Hefty Lefty says, we might even see the return of, no, we won't.
Wait, was Big George attempting to talk you off of a ledge?
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Role reversal.
Pot calling the kettle George. Fubar 1000 says, stop it, Keon. Tucson is awesome. Go visit 4th Avenue. 10 minutes. It's 10 times better than Mill Avenue. Mill Avenue is mustard.
Yeah, no, don't.
Mill Avenue is mustard. I like Mill Avenue. What's wrong with Mill Avenue?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. He's just trying to say that 4th Avenue is better. Never even heard of 4th Avenue, but
I
you've
don't
all
know.
heard of Mill, haven't you? Shut up, Fubar. 888-368-1580. Yeah, Tucson, there's no reason to go down there. Just don't, Keon.
Just don't.
I don't, because you'll come in and be like, oh my God, you've been to Tucson. Don't do that.
Because I didn't even see. I drove right through because it was just so late at night. We were just trying to get here.
You saw the Tucson at its best in the dark at speed. Keep going. That's just, yeah. Speaking of stupid people, okay, people are stupid. And I'm going to tell you how stupid people can be. All right.
Okay.
So the message here is, men, don't be stupid. But here is where people are just stupid. So there's a new poll out. 80% of pet owners say they feel guilty if they lie to their pets. And 70% think their pets will know when they've been lied to. That is how stupid people are. Your pets don't know anything. What are you talking about? Why? I don't have any problem. I don't have to lie to my pet because the pet doesn't know English, for one thing. So it doesn't matter what I say. I don't come home and be like, oh, I wasn't petting cuter dogs, or I didn't go for a walk without you because you pulled too hard on the damn leash. I've never done that. I've never had to lie to a dog because also I don't care what the dog thinks.
Your pets love you because you feed them and house them. Why would you need to lie?
Yeah, you got Cecil.
They don't care.
You got Cecil there, Randy. You ever lie to Cecil? He's lying right now. Cecil's lying there, just hanging, doing his thing. Awesome.
That's what he does.
But do you ever feel the need to lie to your dog?
No, man. Come on. No.
It makes no sense.
No.
So 43% of people sometimes lie to pets about why it's time to stop playing or go home when they're on a walk. 38% have lied to their dog and said something like, let's go to the park, when they're actually taking them to the vet. They don't know what you're saying. They only understand the sound of your voice. They might pick up a word here or there, but generally, no. That's how stupid people are.
They certainly do not understand enough words to know the human construct of telling a lie.
Here's another place where dogs are, smarter than people. People are stupid.
Yeah.
Most people think their pets also feel guilty for stuff. They don't. They mimic certain behaviors so they get away with things. They don't really feel bad because they chewed up the sofa. They're doing that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look, so they don't get yelled at and in trouble from you. It's not guilt. It's playing a role. That's all they're doing. Breaking things, peeing everywhere, and chewing on stuff. Then suddenly they're like, "I'm sorry." They're just giving you what you want, so they won't be in trouble.
You say that, but there's sometimes, I don't know, maybe I've just watched too many videos on the internet where the dog has just torn up the cushion and he's just put himself in the corner.
Yeah, because he knows what's coming. He knows he's going to get yelled at.
He's been there so many times.
He's
He just
cutting
goes
it
to
off
the
at the
corner.
pass. He's cutting it off the pass and giving you the face that he has practiced that knows gets him out of trouble. Or you're like, oh, I can't be mad at that. And that's it. They don't care. You're stupid if you think your cat feels anything. Well, that's your cat. Your cats don't feel, they're evil. You're stupid if you think your dog ever feels the least bit guilty for anything. That's it. Listen, I love dogs. I do. But come on, be reasonable. Now I'm going to tell you why kids are stupid.
Oh,
kids are stupid. Kids are really stupid. There was a study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology. 176 American children between the ages of 4 and 7 were asked to sort 13 foods by their origin, plant-based, animal-based. Now, these kids are young, but not that young, 4 and 7. Well, there's some complicated messaging out there with the plant-based meats and stuff. And so maybe that plays into it. But 41% of kids thought bacon came from plants.
Okay, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's bad.
40% thought hot dogs did. It says beef on the package. 38% thought chicken nuggets came from plants. Even with the name, chicken nuggets. Kids are stupid.
That's rough.
And then it gets worse. 47% said, well, French fries come from animals. 44% thought cheese came from plants. Do you see?
I mean,
kids are stupid.
I remember being in second grade and learning where cheese came from. How is it possible to not know that? I just don't.
I knew that milk was made in 4 different stomachs of a cow before I realized, yeah, I actually do like milk. But the kids are stupid, Keon.
I'm worried.
Randy?
I'm very worried.
Kids are stupid.
Well, yes.
I'm just saying. Millennials are stupid. I'm sorry, Keon. We count you as a good one, but millennials are stupid. They can't seem to do anything. Do-it-yourself projects, a lot of times you start a do-it-yourself project, and so the question is, how long would you work on a do-it-yourself project before you give up and call it professional? You know, it was only 5 hours. Most average people at your age group said, oh, I might give it a shot. In 5 hours, I'm out. And most of them said they wouldn't even bother. They would just call somebody to begin with. Why are millennials so stupid?
I don't know if that's stupid. I'm lazy. I know myself. I know I'm lazy. I just want the thing done. I'm lazy. I know that's exactly what it is. I will, it depends. Because if it's something that I know that I can look up how to do it, okay, I can figure that out. I'll figure it out. But if it's something that I know from the beginning is just tedious and no.
If you can afford to pay somebody else, great. But most millennials can't. You are in a situation as a new homeowner or as somebody in a certain situation where you really should try to do it yourself. And instead, you're calling dad. You're like, can you do this?
And also, I've rented my entire adult life.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to pay rent,
yeah, somebody else will do it.
Yeah, you know what? This is actually your property. You fix it. But other than that, yeah.
So, it just seems sad that the attention span and the amount of effort somebody would do to do something for themselves, is just it's just disheartening. But also great for older guys like Randy and I, because that means job security. Because these morons coming up could never take our jobs. Because it's stupid.
Well,
why? What do you know?
What do you mean? What do I know?
That the millennials are programming computers to take our jobs right now.
Oh, that sounds hard. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's just watch Netflix. Booger Wolf says, "What's up, booty boys? My Niners beat that ass."
Ooh.
You're going to get excited about that. Intern at the main event says, that study about kids is bunk. I teach 9-year-olds, and there's no way they think that stuff. You can look up the study if you want there, intern at the main event, because it is a real thing. It's in the Journal of Environmental Psychology. Enjoy. Boomer Sooner says, whoops, there goes that demographic, Jeffrey. Oh, they know they're dumb. He says, you guys also fall for commercials that you don't have to buy live pet food. Cramity sakes, we don't need anything live. We steam vegetable. What are you talking about? Does that make sense to anybody what I just read?
No, I'll be 100% honest. I was trying to follow it.
Going to go ahead and mark that one for future reading. I'll be back. Fed Fan says, even my dog knows that bacon comes from a pig. Cowboy Sparky says, did you know 10 plus 10 and 11 plus 11 are the same? They're not. They're really not. Where do you get that, Cowboy Sparky? Is that the new math? Royale Cheese says, can't wait to get me a burger off the old beef tree. Hefty Lefty says, are the kids dumb or the people teaching them terrible at teaching? Could be a combination of both, maybe. Berg says, how many have lied and told their pets that Kyler Murray's tall? Okay, throw the flag, Randy. Go ahead. It's okay. Wiggy My Piggy says, Jeffrey, as a pet myself, if I ever see you, I'll bite you on your leg and I won't feel guilty at all. Okay. Boogie says, I just told my dogs I was feeding them to a grizzly bear. They're very excited about it.
They don't understand English.
Last Optimist says, what are they teaching these kids in schools these days? Well, I think we just learned that. Yeah. Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, there is no millennial in the world that can bring life to text reading the way you do. Well, I mean, yes, maybe someday, maybe the next generation before them. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm not reading that Ookla. Licky Lips Johnson says, I'd like a name change, please. Why would we change Licky Lips Johnson?
That's an awesome name.
Yeah. We don't usually do that, but I'll listen to your reasoning. Cowboy Sparky says 10 plus 10 is 20. 11 plus 11 is 22. Yeah, get it? TOO? 22.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
Had to be done.
That did need to be done.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll find out what the hell Licky Lips Johnson wants to change his name to. And we also have 4 Downs with Keon Rose. That's right.
On the hot seat.
On the hot seat. Here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. SimpleGreen.com.
Looking ahead to the weekend in college football, Arizona is going to get the Pac-12 schedule underway on Friday night when they go to Washington State. Washington State, as you might expect, a heavy favorite as they are favored by 14, the over-under at 52.5. And then Arizona State, they will play at Oregon State on Saturday night. Arizona State, a 3-point favorite. Elsewhere this weekend, UCLA favored by 3 against USC. Washington favored by 6.5 against Colorado. Cal favored by 5.5 against Stanford. And Utah favored by 3 against Oregon. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
We all know that when we need service on our vehicles, having a trusted and reliable auto repair center is very important. Hi, I'm Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And that's why I have all my vehicles serviced and repaired at Friendly Auto Centers in Mesa. Steve, the owner, and his team are experts in auto repair in a non-intimidating environment. Friendly Auto Center is a AAA approved auto repair center and awarded Top Shop winner. Family owned, with 19 service bays to get you back on the road fast with reliable repairs, backed by an exceptional warranty. Friendly Auto Centers offer a full range of routine auto services, as well as general repairs on any make or model passenger vehicle, RVs, and large trucks. Friendly Auto Centers are located at 5026 East Main Street in Mesa. Give them a call, 480-830-9377. That's 480-830-9377. Find them online at friendlyautocenters.com. Tell them Big Steve sent you.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Providing you with the latest sports news, commentary, and analysis.
My youngest daughter got engaged to her longtime boyfriend. He answered all the questions correct. The one question I always like to ask is, why do you love my dog? You know that feeling when you misplace something or you can't find something and you just get that feeling in your stomach? It's an important thing. And that's how I feel when I'm not around your dog.
Wow, Dale. You shut me down.
Jacobs and Helly on Arizona's new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday, 6:45 p.m. GCU is heading out to take on Prairie View in some WAC action. That's right. The Western
Athletic Conference.
Western Atlantic Conference.
Athletic
Oh, Western Athletic
Conference.
Oh, I thought you said because I didn't think it was Atlantic.
No,
because there's no
Athletic.
Western Atlantic. It's the East Coast there.
Well, I mean, there could be a Western Atlantic.
Can you look
I
that
mean-
up, Keon? Is there a Western Atlantic anything?
I mean, you could.
Aren't
you know,
we Western Atlantic?
We would be the Western Atlantic.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that just the East Coast is Western Atlantic, according
Well,
to
that's
the
East
people in
Coast.
England.
But according to England,
Yeah.
we in New York City would be the Western Atlantic.
So confusing. Licky Lips Johnson, who wanted a name change, says, I want to be called Snub Chub. No, man, we don't do this like fantasy football. You pick that name, and it's a damn good one. We can't Snub Chub. That's just a fantasy football name. No,
Yep.
sorry. He says, just kidding. Don't waste my time. Come on, man. The Jet says, hi, gentlemen. Sorry, I've been quiet lately. Been busier than a puppy with two Peters. What?
Wow.
What?
That is the most Texas thing I've ever heard. Somebody in Texas would say that.
Is that a Texas thing?
Just casually?
A puppy with two. Okay.
All right.
I'll catch up on my text now. Randy, I agree. The Cardinals will be fine, and the loss will be looked back on as a turning point. Keon, you're the coolest addition to this show we've ever had. And Radio Pal, your insight is always amazing. Also, you, Arizona, can't beat ASU. But they will.
How does that work? If they can't, then by definition they won't.
You had us to the end there, Jet. Gonna need you to explain the rest of that.
Unless he was just trying to butter everybody up with compliments so that he could sneak that in at the end.
I'm squinting. That's how you know I'm squinting.
Yeah.
Screaming Eagle says, hey guys, been way too busy at work. I miss you all. By the way, Jeffrey, your thoughts on your Colts this weekend? I got Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman on my fantasy football team. So just wondering. Well, it's the Bills, isn't it? Is this the week we play the Bills?
I believe it is. Yes.
Oh, Colts are going to lose. Colts are going to lose. But one of the things you want for your fantasy football players is love it when they have to play from behind. Now, here's what's going to happen. Michael Pittman, he's going to get thrown the ball a lot. And Jonathan Taylor at the beginning of the game, he's going to get a standard amount of runs. But they're also going to realize at certain points in the game that, just hand it to Jonathan Taylor. We're in trouble. So I feel like both those players should do pretty good this weekend, even if the Colts don't. Hopefully that makes sense. But I'll tell you what, we can definitely ask the Siege that on Thursday when we do our fantasy football segment. But what do you guys think? Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman still get theirs even against the Bills? Or is that defense enough to give you pause to say, ooh, maybe no, maybe not so much?
Well, their secondary is good enough that I don't know about Michael Pittman being a lock. But Jonathan Taylor is proving to be one of the top backs in this league. And without Derrick Henry, he might just be number one.
Right.
And B, the Bills' run defense is terrible. So he's going to have himself a day.
I wish that we had played them this week. With all the weird crap where all the good teams beat the bad teams and this would have been the week to beat the Bills. Now, this next week, I don't know, man. I don't know. But we'll ask the Siege that next time we siege them. Hefty Lefty says, two Peters would be useful when playing from behind. What? Booger Wolf says, Licky Lips has stomach butts, you fat bastard. Is there something I've missed here?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Random texter.
Who said that about Licky Lips, John?
Booger Wolf.
Wow.
Either they know each other or it has something to do with their texter nicknames. Random texter says the Devils lost to Washington State. The Chalupas beat Washington State, which means the Chalupas could beat the Devils.
I'm just telling you, I have this uneasy feeling about the Territorial Cup game that's looming in the near future. I have a bad feeling about it, especially the way that Sun Devils have been playing lately.
Well, great. Now, so do I. But you know what? Let's not think about that right now. It's time to think about something else. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for 4 Downs with Keon Rhodes.
Thank you for the music there, Randy. And it is the wrap. Not yet. Not yet.
Probably explain to them what the hell this is. I just set you up and, don't talk about the music. Talk about what we're doing here.
What we're doing here is 4 Downs, 4 questions about our last weekend of football watching. which is the now third week in a row where
Yeah.
I don't feel like I understand the game of football anymore. First week for Jeffrey, not understanding because that was a bad week for everybody in terms of where we wound up. So we're going to ask each question in the form of a down. Let's get to first down right now. And for first down, which division leader is the most legitimate to you? Because if there's anything we've noticed about this NFL season, it is that we've got a lot of good teams. We don't have a single great team or a pair of great teams that really stand out, but we got a lot of division leaders right now. Who is the most legitimate in your mind?
Let me tell you, this was the worst week to ask that question. I wish you had not asked that this week, because up is up, up is down, down is up, and all that good stuff. Now, my first thought process would be to say the Arizona Cardinals, but they've had some bizarre losses. Buccaneers, bizarre losses. Buccaneers, bizarre losses. Cowboys, I'm never going to feel too comfortable with them just yet. Chiefs, just coming out of the dark. Ravens, bizarre losses. Bills, even they've had bizarre loss. The only team that really sticks out there to me is the Titans. The Titans, even without Derrick Henry, got it done, and they looked okay. So I'm going to say the Titans are the most legitimate right now of the division leaders. What do you say, Randy?
Well, like you said, I don't believe the Ravens are for real. They had a loss to the Dolphins. They had a couple of overtime wins, one against Minnesota, one against Indy, versus the Lions. They only beat them by 3 points, 19-17. I can't call them a legitimate leader with having so much trouble. And don't forget, they lost to the Bengals by a large margin. The Bengals beat them 41-17. So scratch the Ravens off that list. The Bills, who have they played? Really nobody of any substance. So I scratched them off. The Cowboys, they lost to the Bucs in the first game. They lost to the Broncos. Yeah, they're formidable, but can they stand up against, I don't know, maybe the Rams or the Cardinals? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Then you got the Packers, who seem to be kind of stitched together. Maybe. I'm gonna have to go right now. For me, it's between the Buccaneers and the Cardinals, and I know it's going to sound really homer, but the Cardinals are getting the breaks. They had a weird game against the Packers. They almost came back and won it, and then last week happened. But last week happened because Kyler and D-Hop were out. The team's been injured. They had to. Cole McCoy got injured. They had to put in number 3. Give me the Cardinals are for real.
So one more thing about the Buccaneers, as Bruce Arians said, they're a dumb team. I got news for you. When Rob Gronkowski shows up, they'll be even dumber.
I mean, I will say this about Rob Gronkowski: the football stuff. You don't talk very much about Rob Gronkowski being dumb on a football field, but anyway,
he gets it done.
I'm going to go tentatively with the Packers. They are the team that, outside of that bizarre loss to the Saints to start the year, have been the most consistent since then. But there isn't a single team, like Jeffrey said on this list, that hasn't had a bizarre loss.
Yeah.
Even the team you picked, Jeffrey, the Titans, lost to the Jets.
Right.
So there's almost no team. And that's the reason why I picked the question, because it's absolutely tough to figure out exactly who that is.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and get to second down, because now there are a bunch of other teams that are kind of waiting in the wings, that are kind of hanging back. First off, the Chiefs aren't one of those teams. The Chiefs are a division leader somehow. But a bunch of teams waiting in the wings. Which of those teams that are out there, the 5-4, 4-5, 500 kind of team, which one of those teams do you think could make some noise?
Randy?
Boy, this is hard because I feel
That's why
like
I'm letting you go first.
I feel like there are a lot of teams that kind of turned the corner this week, teams that haven't been performing very well. I'm going to have to go with you guys are going to laugh at me, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles are starting to get hot, and I think they could be a real threat to the Cowgirls in that NFC East. So give me the Eagles.
All right. Well, I'm thinking about a team that started off and nobody took them seriously, gave them any bit of a chance. It was punchline in some things, but then as the season has gone forward, Well, they put one win in front of another win, and they've looked competent. Yeah, there's been some ups and downs, but when you're talking about a non-division leader who's starting to make some noise, first thought comes into my head is the New England Patriots and Mac Jones's improvements, and the team in general is starting to look better. I think they're 6-4 right now. So yeah, they're in second place in that division, but still, I think they get a chance to make some real noise here in the home stretch. Keon?
Good pick.
Yeah, no, I really like the pick. This is going to sound a little bit crazy because actually they lost on Sunday, but I'm going to still go the Chargers. I really like the players on this team, individual players on this team, and I'd like to see them put it all together.
Yeah,
they haven't, and they've been very inconsistent up and down, but Herbert's still good.
Aren't you worried about the last couple of games? Because Herbert's not looked so great. I mean, the last game, he had 45 points in fantasy football. That's how I know they did well. But his last game, not so good. The game before that other game, not so good. He's hit and miss lately.
Yeah, he's been pretty hit and miss. And I don't know what it is with the offense, if there's something that they could tweak there a little bit to try and get him to play inside of his game, because he is better, even though he has the arm talent to throw the ball 10 miles. He plays better when it checks it down, when he's playing underneath the defense, and then he takes those shots when he has to. And he's kind of gotten a little outside of that. He's forcing it downfield, and I understand you've got the talent that they have. You're going to try it, but kind of get him back into the way that he likes to play. But I am a little concerned about it, but I'm going to still stick with the Chargers there because I do like what they bring on both sides of the ball, and they've been much better on special teams. All right, let's get to third down because not yet. The fourth down is on the hot seat.
Oh, this is third.
Listen, I forgot. Jeffrey could do this forever.
Down. Yeah, I'll be merciful.
Yeah, you might end the segment. So here it is, third down. We talk about the young guns, the young quarterbacks all the time. We got a lot of mixed results from this past week of football. Which performance did you like the best, Jeffrey?
Well, I'm just using all the same answers for this whole thing. It's just Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is coming into his own. And that's all I'm going to say. I mean, I'm not going to repeat everything I just said about the Patriots, but Mac Jones, he's got confidence. He's got some swagger coming in too. I think I heard the other day, he said, I really see myself as a first round pick. I should have been a first pick. And, one of those things is like, at first you're like, oh, wait, no, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. So I'm going to say Mac Jones, of all the new young quarterbacks, had the best performance. Randy?
Yeah, I think Mac Jones, far and away, he was the class of the field, especially this past weekend. And they did a thing on the Four Letter Network talking about Mac Jones. I like Jeff Saturday. I like the way he breaks things down. And he says he's a guy that, he takes everything seriously. He goes in, he watches a lot of film. He's over prepared, if anything. And the team would like to see him smile more. They'd like to see him have a little more fun, enjoy the journey. But listen, I said it from the beginning. Mac Jones is going to be he's going to be here in this league for a long, long time.
He's completely bought into the Belichick program, because that's exactly what he wants out of his quarterback.
Yeah.
Work. Football is life.
Mac Jones. So I like Mac Jones too, but I was really impressed by Tua. I'm not saying that it's all fixed and it's all 100% from there, but Tua came into a game that he was not expected to play, and he led his team on a comeback. And he led his team on an upset of the Baltimore Ravens, and he seemed to really be comfortable back there. I wish that I could get this out of Tua every single time he plays. There are times he's out there, he does look lost, but for the most part, I think that performance just this week, Tua was a very impressive performance. And I say that mostly to not just copy you and Randy. So we're here, fourth down, finally. There it is. On the hot seat. So this is going to be an either or question.
Wait. On the hot seat.
On the hot seat.
On the hot seat.
Whose comeback are you buying more? Okay, Mr. Cam Newton, he's in the end zone. He's screaming that he's back. Or the Kansas City Chiefs, who are suddenly at the top of a division that they should not be on top of right now, but they absolutely are. Whose comeback are you buying more?
Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not sure I buy either of them. Randy says Kansas City Chiefs, and I agree, but it's uneasy because Cam Newton ran a ball in, flipped a little pass, and outside of that, we didn't see nothing. And he did what they want him to do. He accomplished what they needed to achieve. But outside of that, you see him going out there and playing a complete game and actually looking good. I don't. I'll be shocked if he goes out there and plays well the next time around. So Kansas City Chiefs, they kind of got their act together. We'll see how they look against the next team too.
Well,
but if you're asking me to choose which one seems more legit, well, I have a large sample size of Cam Newton sucking when it comes to throwing the ball. And we have a large sample size of the Chiefs being good when they get their act together. So I got to say it's the Chiefs too, Randy.
Yeah, I agree 100%. The Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes looked like he was doing the old things again. He was doing the things that the defense would give him. He was throwing the short passes. He was setting the team up for the long passes. They set up the run by using those little short passes. They spread that defense out, and then they were able to run the football effectively. So, yeah, I think the Chiefs, if they continue that trend all the way, as far as Cam Newton, come on, man. Come on.
So how about you, Keon?
I'm just saying I knew it would bother Randy. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, too. The Chiefs have rope-a-doped long enough that they might be turning a corner, maybe. That they have enough wins under their belt that they're still in this thing. And if they're able to put together some wins now with the lead in the division, they might just be able to make it to the playoffs. And once you make it to the playoffs, anything's possible. So I'm going to go Chiefs as well.
All right. So there you go. 4 downs with Keon Rose. And I gave a lot of Patriots love today. That feels weird for a Colts fan.
It does feel weird, but it's part of it is that the Patriots aren't back yet. So like you said earlier, you want to see them strong because that's the best time to hate them.
Not that strong. All right, we must take break. When we come back, we've got On This Date in Big Georgia sports history, some Wheel of Sports action, and more of the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Bruce Jacobs here to tell you there is no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go online to harmansolar.com.
That's a no-whip, high-foam, 170 degrees, sugar-free gingerbread latte.
Ah, yes. It's gingerbread latte season at Duchesne's Coffee Shop. He'll need a seasonal barista before his cookie starts to crumble.
Anything else? Oh, there's a list.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
FanDuel Fan Fest is coming to Scottsdale, and you can be there for free. Don't miss your chance to hang out with sports legends and see live performances by Griffin and Nelly, plus play games and win prizes. Enjoy delicious food trucks, kick back in the beer garden, and a whole lot more. To get your 2 free tickets, place any bet of $20 or more at FanDuel Sportsbook app.
New to FanDuel? Sign up now by going to FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest, and you'll get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000.
FanDuel Fan Fest. It's the hottest party in sports. Presented by Lionsgate American Underdog, and it all goes down Saturday, December 11th at West World of Scottsdale.
Just visit FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest FanFest to get you 2 free tickets now. That's FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest.
21 plus and present in Arizona. Opt-in required for existing users. Refund for new users is issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/FanFest. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
1580 The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, your home for the NFL. Thursday Night Football, Patriots at Falcons. Get to see Mac Jones at work. Well, I was going to say against a Falcons team, but lately, not so much. Yeah, all right. I don't know. Are the Falcons bad now? They're bad? Are we just deciding they're bad now? They're bad.
They're horrible.
They're horrible now? Okay.
Well, when they're horrible, they are truly god-awful, but they are still 500.
You know, and what is up with Matt Ryan? Just throw the damn ball to Kyle Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got 2 elite receivers. Just hit one or the other and just let them do their thing, man.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the Falcons. All right. By the way, just so you guys know, Richard Sherman, he's got a grade 2 calf strain.
Oh,
he'll be out for a few weeks. I didn't even know he was back. I didn't know when he was gone. I don't think anybody cares. I don't think he's contributing anything to the Buccaneers defense. Am I wrong? I don't think he's doing nothing.
Well, part of it is Richard Sherman is a scheme guy, and their whole defense is ravaged with injuries. It's not just him. And you add Richard Sherman to your defense by himself at this stage in his career, he cannot fix your defense. And he showed up. He was a human body who could play defense, which is what the Buccaneers needed. And now that he's gone, they lost another human body that can play defense. So that's what hurts them.
He didn't even play that good at defense.
He doesn't have to. They have so many injuries. They just needed a guy with a pulse that could go out there and try to defend people.
That doesn't sound like a winning strategy to me.
It's not, but like one of your concerns about the Cardinals is that they're not very deep. They get hurt, and who's next?
It's proving my point right now. I've said you're only like one injury away from problems, and now you've got 2 major injuries on the offense. You've got 1 major injury on the defense, and look what's happened. It's I'm hoping they get it all figured out, but they're proving me right now.
I do. Yeah, your point is correct, but your point is also correct about the Buccaneers on the defense side of the ball. They've got a lot of starters out.
Hey, Randy, do you know why there's some sort of issue between Booger Wolf and Licky Lips Johnson? Are you aware of any bad blood between those 2 guys?
I have no idea.
Because Booger Wolf says Licky Lips likes to chew on strips of cowhide lips. He's uglier than the devil's wife. Wow. Go Niners, you bastard.
Wow.
I'm going to assume these guys know each other, but Licky Lips Johnson says, I don't know that weird 40 whiner. I don't know what he's saying. He says, by the way, losing Ruggs was the last nail on the coffin for my Raiders.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's more nails, and then another guy, and then another guy. So it gets worse, my friend. It gets worse. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I just put in a trade to try to trade Derek Carr for Mac Jones in the Blender League 7 from the Last Optimist. Okay, good luck.
Good luck to you.
See, listen, just because a quarterback is doing well and a team is improving doesn't mean that's fantasy football gold. Make sure you're doing your research on his output. Jet says, hey, are you guys ever going to be out in public doing your show? It's been years since I've seen you. Yeah, eventually. I mean, we're working on a few things behind the scenes, but it's got to be the right situation, the right deal. And yeah, there's a little concern for me with the COVID making spikes and more people getting sick and more people dying. And Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's safe for everybody involved. I would really hate to see anything bad happen. I'd hate to feel responsible for anything happening to any of you guys. So, but yeah, soon. Hitting the Nut says this show really doesn't do math, do they? 19 and 19 to 17 is a 3-point win, Randy.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 point. Sorry.
Hit the nuts.
That sounds more like a slip of the tongue than an actual Randy sat down and just miscounted to 3.
I'm sorry.
Nobody likes a math geek, Scully.
Sorry.
Mr. Pringle says first down answer, Packers. That division sucks. Well, we're already done with that, Pringle. Sorry.
Yeah.
602 Pats fan says, I'll be rooting for your Colts. Of course you will. You want me to beat the team in your division. And you can root all you want. I don't know if it's going to make a whole lot of difference. Hefty Lefty says, I thought the Chalupas beat Cal.
Yeah, I think they beat Cal. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Someone said earlier they beat Washington.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Lost Toby just wants to say go Niners. Okay. Licky Lips Johnson says, that guy's always fighting with somebody. Maybe we need to give him Dr. Phil's phone number. So Booger Wolf is just attacking. It's just Superfan on Superfan crime for no reason. The hell, Booger Wolf? What's your damage there, pal? What's going on? All right, listen, we got to get this done because today we have 2. So let's do this. And it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1968, the notorious Heidi game was played between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets at Alameda County Stadium in Oakland, California. With New York seemingly safe ahead, 32-29, 1 minute, 5 seconds to play, NBC Television left the game to broadcast the movie Heidi. So, of course, Oakland scored twice in the final 42 seconds to win, 43-32, and fans were mad. Yeah, they complained quite a bit. And ever since that, NBC and major networks have preempted any subsequent programming to air NFL games in their entirety. So you could say it needed to happen so it would never happen again.
Yep.
And now it's time for On This Date in Big George's old-timey sports history. Back in the year 1930, Bobby Jones, winner of the Grand Slam of golf less than 2 months prior, announced his retirement from competitive golf at the ripe old age of 28, citing his need to leave golf in its proper place as a means of intending recreation and enjoyment. 2 years later, he and Dr. Alistair McKenzie designed Augusta National Golf Course in Georgia on the site of a former fruit nursery. It's here where the Masters tournament was born in 1934. Back to me, Jeffrey.
How about that?
Yeah.
That is old-timey sports history right there, ladies and gentlemen.
So old-timey, it was a long time before everybody got to play there. Up yours, Alistair McKenzie. And up yours, Bobby Jones. You pieces of crap.
And it was as recently as Tiger's first time playing there that there were some words that were tossed out that we think that we don't say anymore, but were said. Said
so
in our lifetimes.
Wow. Yeah. So it's good. It's great. Screaming Eagle says, great show, guys. Have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow. Adios, muchachos. Hefty Lefty says, hooray for old-timey history. I really thought it was annoying everybody. I swear to God, that's why I stopped doing it. Berg says, night, guys. Don't forget, mustard is the worst ever. Boomer Sooner. Keon. That was just mean.
Ow.
Ooh, ow. I think it's because you're wearing a mustard-colored shirt.
It's not even my Longhorn shirt. It's the Washington one.
Bruno Baller says, so when did we determine that it would be called old-timey? Is it pre-1950? 1930 is the cutoff. Anything before 40. 1940 is the cutoff. Anything before 1940 is old-timey sports history. So there. 888-368-1580. By the way, I got a question real fast. I didn't get a chance to ask this earlier. What the hell was that in Pete Carroll's pocket that he threw out?
I think it was a hand warmer.
Yeah. So
was it?
Here it is where he's
like
pulling
a
it.
flip phone.
I don't know.
I believe it's a hand warmer because did you see his face? He touched the part you're not supposed to touch, and it burned him.
Is that what that was? Did he ever confirm that? He was trying to throw a challenge flag, and that's how you know Pete's getting older. He's like, sir, that's he's like, he's trying to pay at the grocery store. Sir, that's a library card. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. So he's throwing his hand warmer at people. I didn't know it was a garage door opener. I had a lot of ideas of what it might be, but hand warmer didn't even occur to me. Was it even that cold? Oh, it was Green Bay. Yeah, it was a little bit. It was kind of flurries of snow, but it wasn't that cold.
Well, I mean, for him, he's up there. He's in his 70s now. So he's probably cold all the time.
Well, all right. So I guess that settles it. You know what it kind of looks like? Hold on a second. We need to be nicer to Pete Carroll. Are we sure that's not a PPM meter? It's not. Is that from Nielsen? Is that a rating? I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one. Yeah. I think we better be nicer to Pete Carroll. We got to be more pro Seahawks, if you know what I mean.
I thought that was a Nokia when it came out of his pocket, like one of the old Nokia phones.
No. You know why? You know it's not a Nokia? It didn't leave a dent in the turf.
That's true.
Those things are. Why am I blurry now? I'm all blurry. Yeah. All right. Berg says he touched the part that wasn't supposed to touch, and it burned him. I guess he loves your quote, Randy. I don't know why. Hefty Lefty says, I thought he threw out a tuggy, the snuggie for. Okay, I can't read that. Boogie says, I always liked old timey sports history from Big George. Ukla says, no, just you, Radio Pal. You are the worst ever.
No, Ukla's back.
That was mean. That was not very nice at all.
Welcome back, Ukla.
Don't even know what that's about.
Normal Ukla.
He's mad because I don't read every single text he sends.
Why are you so blurry?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
And I are in focus,
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
I got these new glasses, and I thought it was my new glasses for a second.
I don't know. I can see here. I'll get it fixed just in time for.
There we go.
I don't know why you love that quote so much, Berg, but you do you, buddy. You do you. Big George says, great show today, gentlemen. I'm very glad to have the old-timey sports history back. All right. Well, I'm not going to do it all the time, just when there's good ones. All right. Everybody have a great night. We will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.